and protect you from financial ruin. Call J. David Tax Law for a no-cost consultation at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962 or at jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Hey, Gator Nation, Brandon Kravitz here. T-Mobile and iHeartRadio have teamed up to give you the ultimate tailgate experience. Stop by the T-Mobile store at 7332 West Colonial Drive in Orlando. Come out on Friday, December 3rd from 4 to 6 p.m. and enter for your chance to win the ultimate tailgate package. No purchase necessary. Must be 18 or over. Void where prohibited.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the personal injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studio. Car accidents, other injuries? Call pound 546 from your cell or visit whenyouneedus.com. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. You are now listening to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Monday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thanks so much for tuning in. We do appreciate it, and we do have a great program set up for you today. We'll get you caught up on what's happening out there with Deb's Woke News. Sports in the 4 o'clock hour with our buddy Brandon Kravitz. We'll get trivia in the 5 o'clock hour, try to get you into something kind of cool. Ross Thoughts and our buddy Stephen Kramer in the 6 o'clock hour, plus your calls and texts all day long. Welcome to the program. I'm Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight ahead, producer Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
Comedy Gately and Ross Padgett.
Oh, yeah, Jim.
407-916-1041. You can text us at 77031. Follow us on social media easily. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok at The Jim Colbert Show. Twitter, just at Jim Colbert Show. Follow us wherever you go, and all the business we do is at JimColbertLive.com. And, of course, you can always watch us streaming right through there, JimColbertLive.com. You can just click on the stream, and off you go. Plus, like I promised on Cyber Monday, not as smooth as I promised it, but the Jim Colbert Show spices are up for grabs right now. You can get them, it clicks through. Now, we're using Venmo because we could not get our Shopify account set up on time. It was kind of a pain in the ass, so we're using Venmo. People are ordering, so it is working. But I have gotten a couple calls saying that people are having a difficult time doing something, but it's working because people are ordering. So if you wanted to get that and you're out of the area, we're going to mail them out pretty quick. As soon as we get the orders in, we'll process them and get them out so you can have them for Christmas. A perfect gift for anybody who listens to the show. $32. We'll ship it anywhere in the U.S. and includes all 3 flavors and a kiss on the cheek from me.
Oh.
Which is the prize of all prizes, really.
It really. Yeah.
So it was Thanksgiving weekend. We're all back. I know, Ross, you were traveling. You missed 2 days of the show last week because you hate us. That's understandable. I get it.
I skedaddled.
Jack was in town. I was in town. Deb was in town. We did not leave. Let's start with you. Went out to Scottsdale/Phoenix for the week to see Kathy Padgett Will Kill You.
Kathy Padgett Will Kill You, and let me tell you, she's a huge fan of the T-shirt idea.
Is she really?
Not really, actually.
Would she be a huge fan of a check she got from the T-shirt?
And then that's what I told her. I said, well, it has to say Kathy Padgett Will Kill You. And she's like, why does it have to be so aggressive?
What's a joke?
Yeah, I was like, come on.
Yeah,
But
you're the least like you know.
But I do have the photo soon for my brother for said T-shirt, so that should be coming in the near future.
Well, then
here.
we'll just go ahead and make plans for it to happen.
Well, I think maybe we should get something in writing here.
Yeah. Well, we will get something in writing. I don't want.
I just
don't let your aunt negotiate.
Yeah.
this. My God, I want to make $1.
We'll have a second shirt. Kathy Padgett will sue you.
Yeah. It was amazing.
Yeah,
Arizona is like Mars.
And this was a really unique thing for you, simply because you've never done this. You've never literally spent a Thanksgiving like a normal family Thanksgiving. That didn't happen much with your family, right?
It really did not. And there hasn't, I mean, I think this is the 3rd time, but it's definitely the first time I feel like an adult at the table.
Cool, right?
Yeah, unbelievable. Priceless.
Yeah.
Priceless.
And I could see there was a recharge. Actually, almost a little bit of a bummer that you had to come home so early. I think you could have stayed another week, maybe.
I think you might be onto something.
Yeah.
I legit pouted. When was the last time you guys pouted?
I pouted just yesterday. Yeah, I'm a fairly regular powder.
What time is it?
Yeah, exactly.
Remind me what I didn't get.
Right, exactly.
I was pouting. I was pouting hard on Saturday, and I kind of looked at myself and was like, oh my God, I'm pouting.
Grow
Well,
up.
but that's good, though. That just goes to show how much family time that you haven't had in the past, and you kind of got to OD on it now, and I think you really appreciated it.
It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean,
Imagine that with your own family where you're the patriarch.
oh, God.
And your beautiful fiance is the matriarch, and there's the pageants gather. Your brother comes in town.
And I think one of my downfalls...
So Rockwell.
I know it is.
One of my downfalls so far as being a human on this planet is that I have not been the most family driven. I really haven't.
But it wasn't really part of your makeup as a kid, though.
Yeah, I mean,
So it's alien.
I spent as much time with my friends' families as I did with my own family.
Yeah, and that's not good.
I guess not.
Yeah, well, I mean, in the world of your normal family, I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who did that for Thanksgiving. No, Thanksgiving actually is kind of one of those holidays where you can really stretch out to do things like that. Jack's been doing it for years, inviting complete random strangers into his house around his family.
That's his wife. Why do you not remember? That's NaomiBradshaw.com.
Jacques Cousteau.
Jacques Bradshaw
Jacques
just
Bradshaw.
plays the most magnificent host.
Yeah.
Eat my fried turkey.
I fried the bird.
I'm sure we're going to hear more about this for Ross Thoughts tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there are some things that I needed to be reminded of. There are some things that I learned.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, when the drinks started flowing at the table, you start learning a little bit more about the 80s.
That's when you just pre-dial 911 and just set the phone aside.
Yeah.
So that you only have to hit go.
It was phenomenal. My mom is...
Oh, I thought you just hit record.
I mean, I also grand slam from the fiance.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
a little nervous for her because that's a nerve-wracking thing of like she's met the family but hasn't really met the family. And that was a full week of my fiance with my family, and she did better than I did.
And I was going to say, meeting the family for 5 hours for dinner is one thing. You can hold it together. Cohabitating with people that you're not around much for 5 or 6 days.
Come on now.
I don't care what the connection is. There's certain eccentricities that happen in the context of being around different people that don't roll like you, that get real irritating real fast.
Yeah.
And for me, it's just breathing.
By the end of the week, I felt like everybody like my mom gained a daughter and lost a son. Like I got replaced.
That's usually how it works with marriage.
Yeah.
Kathy Paget will trade you.
Olivia, I love you. Ross, you cool.
Yeah. They daps.
Yeah.
The big hugs from her,
Big
sweaty
hugs
cry
and
hugs.
just, a handshake from my mom and a dead arm.
And you get a daps and a pat on the ass like you made a great basketball pass.
Yeah. What is going on?
Jack, how was yours, buddy?
Fantastic. I had a wonderful Thanksgiving. My daughters were all there, and also a friend of ours, Kevin, came to join us as well. I think and I was kind of hesitant, about a month ago when I saw the price of oil for frying the bird. I was like, really?
Yeah.
Anyway, I bit the bullet, did it, and it might have been one of my best
Really?
products yet.
Wow.
Are you an injector?
Yep. I always
Well,
use.
that's a funny question, isn't it? I mean, come on. Are all three of you?
I forget the guy's name, Creole something,
Yeah.
but it's that green.
Paul Prudhomme.
It's
No?
not Paul Prudhomme.
Oh, is
no.
it?
It's a Cajun dude?
Yes.
It's, oh, God.
It's got the green wrapping on it.
Chachery.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So
Ooh, a good Cajun fried
Tony
bird.
Chachery.
yeah, it's the Cajun flavored butter and inject it. But I did take one piece of advice, something that you mentioned. I uncovered the bird and then put it back in the fridge, allow it to dry out a little more. And
That skin was crispy as a potato chip, wasn't it?
it was beautiful.
God almighty, it's the only way to do it. You got to get it good and dry, set it out in the fridge overnight. That's what they do with the ducks to get that skin so crispy.
The only disappointment I had, the only way to know a weight of a bird, they're all wrapped the same, but it's the tag that comes on it. And the tag itself said, turkey 16-20 pounds, right?
Yeah,
I'm like,
16 to 20 pounds.
right. So I know, it's somewhere in the range. You have to look at like the unit price and to see what they charge you. It was a 12.28 pound turkey. But it was, so I saw I'm like, we got a 16-pound bird. We don't need ham. We'll have plenty of turkey.
Oh, man.
And there were 8 of us.
Oh, man.
Right. So, and then I was like 12 and a half pounds because I have to now calculate the frying time based on the weight of the bird. And so I was like,
that's why I've never fried. There's
Don't you-
calculations going on.
Don't you have a couple of veggies, though?
we had plenty
Okay,
of
I
food.
was
Not
gonna
only
say.
that, I had a full Thanksgiving leftover meal, Friday lunch, Friday
man.
dinner, Saturday lunch.
I'm still eating the potatoes that I
Yeah.
made Still eating them. I recooked them with more cheese on top.
Oh, yeah.
You know, just to get a good layer of fat around my heart.
Well, yeah, it's getting colder.
But-
you need that.
Right.
It's important.
My youngest daughter and her boyfriend made the mac and cheese. I made deviled eggs.
Oh, I saw that.
And I did the charcuterie board.
Nice.
I put that together
Nice.
I
as
told
well.
you. What I say in my comments on Facebook, I said, you got to watch out, buddy. Cooking's very addicting, very therapeutic.
Well, here's the problem. We're 6 pounds into it. 6 pounds more than when I started.
oh,
No,
my. You gained 6
no.
pounds this weekend? I lost 1.5 pounds.
I'm saying
You did
You're a
not.
fat ass.
I
Get
weighed
outta here.
myself a
You're
week ago.
embarrassing the whole show.
I weighed myself a week ago, and I was at
God.
181.8.
I can smell your diabetes through the glass.
I see. And
girls.
Jim
And then I
lost.
tipped the scale. I was like 188. I'm like,
Yeah, baby, get in there.
I hear that you gained 6, but Jim lost 1, and my brain goes, well, what was Jim eating before Thanksgiving?
Yeah, exactly.
Not much, but it was saving up space.
How is Thanksgiving healthy for
Yeah,
you?
it was good.
If the rest of the year is just milkshakes and cheese curds.
Instead of eating one
Hey,
big meal, I ate 6 really small ones, and we had a really good turkey. And you know what? The thing that we didn't do this year: no green beans this year at the table,
Shame
and no
on
mashed
you.
potatoes at the table.
what?
That
Can
is
you believe
sacrilege.
That? It is sacrilege.
That's
Well,
sacrilege.
so- we had sweet
a runner.
potatoes, mashed potatoes, and stuffing,
Uh-huh.
right? Or dressing, whatever.
Uh-huh.
It was outside the bird, so it's dressing. Aren't all those three things really the same, like starchy,
kinda. Yeah, it is.
carbohydrate?
But we
Yeah.
had potatoes instead. But I did like an au gratin with bechamel and some cheese sauce and cheese on top, and they were very good. But
Ooh,
that was
bechamel.
the only potato
know.
dish. We had sweet potatoes, but they were
Strange
like
flex.
you sons of
I
bitches.
thought bechamel. I thought that's something you find in a jewelry
It's a
store.
white
Oh.
sauce. It's
Oh.
gravy, basically.
Look at this necklace.
Oh.
This necklace is
But to-
bechamel.
But to make them right, it's got to be right.
and you put cheese on that afterwards?
Yeah.
Of course.
What are you,
Anything
crazy?
with cream requires cheese.
Yes.
No,
God, how do you not know that?
I do. It's just like
Okay, what? It's
there
just
was
like what?
there was already cheese if they're all gratin,
At
right?
the
No.
bottom, you got to still put the cheese at the top. You have to have equal cheese equilibrium.
In au gratin, really, I think it's just usually the bechamel and the potatoes. I don't think it
Ooh.
really has cheese. You can add it if you want.
Well,
Bechamel.
I
yeah.
mean,
It's-
you got
it's
a
a girl I
good
dated in France,
you got a good New Year's resolution then.
which would be.
Finally going to the bathroom after Thanksgiving.
Deb, how was your Thanksgiving? This
It
son
was
of a bitch.
good, but I learned an important lesson.
Which would be?
Because this year, my mom, due to supply chain issues, extra costs, the fact that she had to work right up until Wednesday, decided to forego hosting Thanksgiving dinner this year. So we went to Cook's in DeLand.
Oh, you went to a restaurant.
We went to a restaurant probably the first time. The last time we did this, we were in Kansas visiting my brother. Before that, it had been like 30, 40 years because my mom just
Oh, yeah,
hates
sure.
walking into a house after Thanksgiving and the house doesn't smell like Thanksgiving.
right, yeah.
So she cried a couple times during the day because she really missed the cooking of it. Cook's was phenomenal.
Yeah.
But the lesson I learned is you're either going to spend hours and hours cooking and cleaning, shopping, prepping, and cooking, or hours and hours and hours sitting outside of the restaurant waiting for them to call
right,
your
yeah,
name.
exactly.
Wow.
Nearly 3 hours.
Whoa!
Nearly 3 hours we waited.
Whoa!
We got there at before 3 o'clock
Yeah.
and didn't get seated till almost 6. So much so that the wait staff kept coming out of the kitchen door because they kept seeing us sitting in their smoking section. To my answer was, okay, you seat table 48. We're going to free up your smoking section right
Man,
quick.
There was a place that has a wait like that, but it's over in New Smyrna.
We
you know,
knew.
You know the wait is. You pull up, you
Still
grab
sucked.
yourself, you put your phone number, and then you go find a bar and you sit there and drink until they buzz you because it's right around the corner.
Well, that would we were hoping
it's
to kind of do something. I mean, you
But on
saw people
Thanksgiving Day,
resting in their cars.
Oh, get
Every
outta here.
single seating area was full. So we're probably going to go back next year. Mom's
Good.
going to want to cook it again next year. But it was a delicious meal.
Yeah.
It's just that everyone else in Central Florida thought it was also a delicious meal.
The only the
3.5 or almost 3 hours.
problem with going to the restaurants, there's no leftovers. And man, for me, diving back into that fridge 4 or 5 times before we finally give up the ghost, that's
right.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got 4 meals out.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I made a
And 8 pounds.
I'm not much of a baker, but I made an incredibly good lemon meringue pie because that's my wife's favorite pie.
and you said that takes hours to make,
Yeah, well,
right? Because it looks so simple.
It's weird because of the way you have to pre-bake the pie crust, then you have to let the curd set, and then you got to whip the meringue, and then let that cool so the heat doesn't melt the meringue. So it takes time because of just the process. The actual thing's not that bad.
Oh, do you have any left?
No, God, Tori ate it all like a rat. She eats it one spoonful at a time. She won't cut a piece. she's the normal female. I'm not going to have an entire piece. I'm just not going to do that. What I'm going to do is eat an entire piece out of the pan, fork at a time, but I'm not going to cut a piece and put it on a plate. That's never going to happen.
I'm going to eat this divorce style.
Exactly.
That's right.
All right, 407-916-1041. Mine was nice and quiet. Lasted a total of 3.5 hours, and it was absolutely the best. Everybody left, and we were just munching. No pecan pie this year. Man, we is it? It's not forewent. That's definitely not right.
Foregone.
Or
went.
Yeah. We did not have.
You for
we did
there you
have
go.
green bean casserole, and you know why? Because there was a shortage on those fried onions.
Oh, and without the fried onions, forget about
You don't
it.
even have it. Matter of
It's
fact,
the only reason to eat that.
I was gonna fry onions at the house to make the thing.
Oh,
And
no.
I told my wife says no. We're not turning the house into a fair ride the day of Thanksgiving. That ain't happening.
I found there were 3 stores that were open on Thanksgiving, right? Big Lot, Save a Lot, and Walgreens.
Right.
And I only had 1 can of cranberry sauce, right? So I'm like, I have to get another just, because I know I'm going to need it, right? So I went to all 3. They were out. All
Oh,
of them.
my gosh.
No cranberries at my house.
Went to bed that night and realized never opened the can of cranberry sauce. We didn't even use the can I had. I opened it for the leftovers, but for Thanksgiving meal, and I think to the credit of the meal, it wasn't missed.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you don't know that because it wasn't there.
No
so you
one
can't
spoke
say,
up.
Yeah,
that
mean
just
it
means
wasn't
they were
missed.
polite.
It wasn't dry. It was juicy.
What's coming up for news? Of course it was, man. You can't beat frying them.
Juicy.
Can't beat frying them.
Oh, come on, Jack. That's
Juicy.
okay. Well, we've got a juicy woke newscast coming up. The penalty phase has begun for Markeith Lloyd. Barbados is getting ready to ditch Queen Elizabeth, and a new study finds cats have an element of psychopathy, to which anyone who has a cat in their home goes, duh.
Yeah, from the pages of Duh.
We'll cover that more coming up during Woke News.
So I hope they don't sentence Mark Keith to having his other eye kicked out. Oops. All right, back in a second with Deb's News.
This is Real Radio 104.1. Online at realradio.fm. On your phone with the free iHeartRadio app. And on your smart speaker. Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
It would be my pleasure.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center. Car crash? Call Clausman Law.
A steady ride continues westbound on I-4 between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road. There's construction happening eastbound on I-4 right at the exit to Colonial Drive. That exit is currently closed. Heads up here. It's also slow east on I-4 between Osceola Parkway and 535. No reported issues on the beach line. The 408 still up to speed, as well as the Turnpike. See traffic problems? Call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by the Central Florida International Auto Show.
The Central Florida International Auto Show is at the Convention Center the 3rd through the 5th. It's Florida's biggest auto show. Over 500 new vehicles to see. Take test drives right at the show. See classics, exotics, race cars, and more. Discount tickets at OrlandoAutoShow.com.
Man, the holidays have arrived, and I'm here to tell you, take some stress away when it comes to buying something for that someone special. And of course, the race is on. You got to go see my friends over at Goldsmith Jewelry Shop right there on Lee Road. Dave Layer and their team have been friends of mine for over 20 years. All my personal jewelry for all my special people come from Goldsmith. It's where my wife's wedding ring comes from, and they have everything you need, which really is 35 years of experience in taking care of customers, because that's what they do better than anybody. And of course, they've got the diamond studs, the bracelets, designer names, fashion rings, everything for every budget, and the best quality for low prices. Fast free shipping as well. It's goldsmithjewelry.com. Find them right there in town at 1212 Lee Road, and as always, tell them I sent you down.
If you've got an insurance question, you could talk to a dentist. But instead of filling you in on ways to save on your policies, he'd probably be too busy filling in that loose crown. Or you could talk to your local Geico agent, who will use their expertise to polish up your policies, from home and auto to renters, motorcycle, boat, and RV too. So while, yes, your dentist can save your smile, your Geico agent could save you money, which will make you use that smile a whole lot more. To find a Geico agent near you, visit geico.com/local. If you've got a personal auto insurance question, you could talk to a cab driver, although the policies he recommends might include avoiding the interstate, beating traffic by taking the back roads, and only making left turns when absolutely necessary. Or you could talk to your local Geico agent, whose policy is to use their expertise to navigate your insurance, finding the best route to help you save money on insurance for your home, car, and more. And as an added bonus, you'll be able to avoid traffic jams and potholes entirely. To find a Geico agent near you, visit geico.com/local. deal.
Find out just how much you can save on your monthly mortgage payments at rpfunding.com. I'm Robert Palmer, and I want to help you save thousands by refinancing your home loan and letting me pay your closing costs. Rates this low can't last forever, so lock in today. NMLS 70168, Equal Housing.
You have homeowners insurance for a good reason, because without it, a fire, flood, or burglary could destroy you financially. But there's another major crime your homeowner's policy does not cover. It's called home title fraud. The FBI calls title fraud one of the fastest growing crimes, and it can ruin you financially, which is why you need Home Title Lock. Title fraud happens when a criminal forges your signature on documents stating you sold your home to him. Then he takes out loans against your home and leaves you with the payments. You'll spend a fortune in legal fees trying to prove you did not commit fraud. Home Title Lock puts a barrier around your home's title. The instant they detect anyone, from a cyber thief to a renter to a relative, trying to forge their way onto your home's title, they help shut it down. Go to HometitleLock.com and register your address to see if you're already a victim, and enter radio for 30 days of free protection. That's code radio at HometitleLock.com.
Get the cups with Tuesday coffee, wah wah la 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 la. Get the app and get free coffee, wah wah la 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 la.
This holiday season, Wawa Rewards members get any size coffee free on Tuesdays, including Wawa's warm and inviting holiday blend hot coffee or handcrafted peppermint mocha iced coffee. Get the Wawa app, sign up for rewards, and get free coffee Tuesdays. Happy holidays start at
Wawa.
Hot turkey is back at Wawa, along with stuffing, gravy, and cranberry sauce. Sure, you could wait to get these flavors at a traditional holiday dinner, but that's only one meal on one day. And we both know that's not enough. Try the Wawa Gobbler Hoagie, piled high with hot turkey and holiday-inspired ingredients like mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, and garlic aioli. Or try it in a bowl. It's a handheld holiday feast. Gotta have a Wawa.
Unjunk your sleep at Mattress Firm's Cyber Week sale and wake up a better you. Shop in-store or online and save up to $500 when you get a king bed for the price of a queen or a queen for a twin. Plus, get a free adjustable base with qualifying Sealy purchase up to a $499 value. Or save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America. And you can shop with confidence thanks to our low price guarantee. Unjunk your sleep, only at Mattress Firm. Offer valid with qualifying purchase. Restrictions apply. See details at mattressfirm.com.
Attorney Joe Cordell. New school, new job, new home. Change is hard and can leave you feeling isolated. And divorce delivers one of life's hardest blows. The relationships you counted on are suddenly gone. But you don't have to walk through this alone. Call Cordell & Cordell. You're not alone.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
The holidays are here, and luckily Dunkin' is here to help you sip through every part of them with a peppermint mocha signature latte or a toasted white chocolate signature latte. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Exclusions apply.
Remember when that hurricane took out my lanai?
You mean sunroom?
Same thing. My AAA insurance agent helped make sure I had the right home and auto coverage, so we rebuilt it.
Seriously? Insurance through AAA?
Seriously, I saved over $800 on both home and auto together. And my new lanai is beautiful.
Seriously? You're still calling it a lanai?
The home and auto insurance bundle through AAA. Serious coverage, serious savings. Learn more at AAA.com/seriously. Discounts and savings opportunities subject to eligibility. Savings amounts may vary. Insurance underwritten by Auto Club Insurance Company of Florida.
iHeart and comedian Bert Kreischer want you to ring in 2022 in style, or at least laughing with Bert in Philadelphia.
Well, I have a treat for you. I am offering one lucky couple a trip New Year's Eve to see my show at the Met. You get a flight, hotel, and tickets. Woo.
He'll even throw in a VIP merch package. To win, just open up the free iHeart app and listen to 24/7 comedy radio to enter. It's that easy.
I'll see you New Year's Eve.
Bert Kreischer New Year's Eve in Philly from iHeart. Discover music, radio, and podcasts you'll love.
No payments till next year with approved credit. Visit nationstrucks.com today.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. You can text us at 77031. Like we said at the top of the show, the Jim Colbert Show seasonings are online, ready to go. Just go to the Jim Colbert Show. Jack put a big banner up right there. Click, and it'll tell you exactly what to do. We're doing it through Venmo. Sorry for the troubles. We're working on getting our Shopify account set up. It was a lot more complicated than I believed.
Oh, it's just so many shoppers just inundating the system.
Not to mention a personal to a business thing. It's kind of weird. We're not really set up for this. This all kind of came about quickly. Oddly, it really didn't, but it did because I wasn't sure of this part. This is all new to me.
Right.
So we want to make sure that people can still get it. You can go to Jim Colbert Show Live right now, click through and buy them. We'll ship them to you anywhere in the continental U.S. It's $32 for everything. It's just one fee. That's it.
And they're awesome.
JimColbertLive.com.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that very much on your work on that. I really do. Thank you. Sure. Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Jack. Ross is here back from Phoenix. And Deb, have your news. Have your.
And now,
has.
it's time.
Can't scratch your nose and talk.
Foregone.
It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole world. On the Jim Colbert Show.
Oh, Jock. Woke News is brought to you by Home Loans Radio.
We've had 5 days off.
Yeah, we have.
We got to get warmed up.
Exactly. I didn't realize I'd forgotten how to speak so much English. But Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don. He's also host of the Home Loans Radio Show. All right, Mark Keith Lloyd's sentencing hearing has begun today in Orange County. This after a jury convicted Lloyd of murdering Orlando Police Lieutenant Deborah Clayton. Now, jurors will decide between life in prison or the death penalty, but they must vote unanimously for a death sentence. So it has to come back 12-0 or he gets life in prison.
Well, I mean, I don't know what more qualifies for it, but, you know, again, jurors can have their own role.
Yeah.
It doesn't, some of them will just maybe not believe in it.
And all it takes is one juror to be a holdout, and that would be would be the decision maker. Okay, so a Brevard County Sheriff's Office corrections deputy is in jail.
Is that's opposite of what's supposed to happen, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And when the charges are like, holy hell, what? Corrections deputies being charged with robbery with a firearm, false imprisonment, and extortion.
Oh, man.
The police chief in Brevard County says he is disgusted. Police say Amity Robillard was arrested by the Osceola County Sheriff's Office on a warrant stemming from the Orange County Sheriff's Office investigation.
They'll probably never hear about that again.
He was suspended after and is being held without bail. A court hearing is also scheduled for today.
Man, you can't. I mean, look, if somebody got arrested from one of these other radio stations, you know what it would be like.
Oh, yeah.
It would be gross, right? And the same thing. If one of us got busted, the other radio stations would have their world. Don't you know that's exactly how it is from county to county? Like when you pull one of another county's cops over and you get them for something like this, trust me, that word spreads pretty quickly, right?
Oh, my God, yeah. I mean,
well, the word spreads, but I don't think they take the glee that you're... there's no glee.
Oh, no, I don't think there's
They're not in
glee.
competition with each other.
You don't know
They can be rivals, but ultimately the same goal. And I think a bad cop in any department hurts their image overall.
No question, but that doesn't mean they're not going to bust some balls.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that's not going to happen. Like you're going to bust your ball. Oh, really? Yeah.
As an internal thing.
Yeah, sure. They're going to do it in the media.
Hell yeah.
I'm just talking about it. Just like the old Lethal Weapon thing. When your daughter does a condom video, you're going to hear about it.
There's the segue. Okay, speaking of daughters, I bring up this story because, again, it's another warning for parents to don't think that those gaming systems that you might be getting over the holidays are always that innocuous or that you're always aware of how they're being used or what's going on. Because there is, thankfully in this case, good news in the search for a missing teenager from Miami-Dade County. North Miami Beach police announced last night that 15-year-old Hemi Henriquez was recovered. She was declared missing and endangered yesterday after she left her home Saturday morning, apparently with a man she met playing the video game online called Fire Max.
Oh, God.
He drives to South Florida to pick her up and takes her to another state. Now, police say she called her mother Saturday night as well as Sunday from North Carolina. That's not maybe the only state she was taking to, but she was crying, saying she was cold and hungry and far away. Police didn't release details on where she was found or in what condition, but they did say that when she was found, she was hungry and cold, and those were the first two issues that they took care of. She's in the custody right now of the FBI and Homeland Security.
Yeah, because you cross state lines. This he's done.
Yeah, exactly. This 24, 25-year-old man is looking at interstate, interference with custody of a child.
Trafficking, all kinds of fun
Could
stuff.
be human trafficking.
The irony is he wouldn't go get food because he was playing video games.
Not even a good game.
What's Fire Max?
I don't know. It's whack. I just looked it up and it seems stupid.
Okay, a little blast from the past. I bring up this story because of this person's incredible history. But Carrie Meek, one of the first black Floridians elected to Congress, has died at age 95. A spokesperson for her family says she passed away Sunday at her Miami home after a long battle with an unspecified illness. Meek was the granddaughter of a slave and the daughter of a sharecropper, and she started her career in Congress back in 1993 at the age of 66.
Damn.
Can you imagine running for your first run for Congress and you're already past the age of retirement?
Yeah, I'm dreaming about just to stop working at that point.
Exactly.
Not to restart working.
Well, that election to Congress allowed her to become one of the first black Floridians elected since Reconstruction era in the late 1870s.
Damn.
She was a history maker. Now, while representing Florida's 17th congressional district as a Democratic Florida State House representative until 2002, she championed affirmative action, economic opportunities for the impoverished, and the easing of immigration restrictions on Haiti. All right, it's the holidays, so don't get duped trying to cash in on Cyber Monday deals. Alejandro Castro with the IRS warns that folks need to be extra vigilant to protect your personal and financial information online today and really throughout the holiday shopping season. They're expecting a big push online just because going to stores has been so disappointing with the empty shelves. So one tip is to use security software on your computers and your phone. Keep it updated. And use strong and unique passwords for all accounts. Castro also reminds folks to avoid odd or unknown sites online that promise deals that look too good to be true.
Yeah.
And my thing, too, would be to look for copycat sites. I always now make sure I look for that little...
The lock.
The lock. I always look for the lock. Even if I'm going to a Lancome or a Macy's, I always make sure it's locked.
Yeah, weird flex.
Well, I don't. Sorry, it's no Bechamel or Lululemon, but I can only work. I don't have Jim Colbert money, man. Come on.
Come on. It's expensive. Lancome. Fancy people say that.
Oh, yeah. Crowds continue to fly out of Orlando International Airport today. Ross, what was your traveling experience at OIA this past weekend? Because I believe you returned on what was considered to be the busiest day of the entire year.
On Saturday?
Saturday was expected. I think it was 153,000 passengers.
It was odd because the Phoenix airport was dead on Saturday.
Was it really?
We showed up.
Because the football game. They probably stayed in town for the game. Would be flying out red-eye Sunday night or Monday morning.
Couldn't even tell you. We showed up 2.5 hours early. We got at our terminal in 30 minutes.
Plane full coming here?
Full, yeah.
Kids?
Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah, of course. Are we there yet?
One of them crying really far away from me. By far away, I mean 5 feet.
Right.
Well, the Monday after Thanksgiving is reported to be the fourth busiest day at the airport. Officials expect an estimated 146,000 passengers to come through. Meanwhile, the Omicron variant of the coronavirus is popping up around the world. So far, no cases have been identified here in the United States, but really it's just a matter of when.
Omicron.
I was going to say, why did it make it sound like a transformer?
Because
what's going on?
They went with another Greek letter
for
this
really?
one, yeah. Pfizer is working on a new COVID vaccine targeting the Omicron variant.
Omicron.
It's actually Omni. I keep wanting to say Omni as well, but
Omni.
I'm sticking with Omicron.
Well, you be you, Ross.
Old Atlanta Arena Con.
The drug maker's CEO made that announcement today, saying it could be ready in 100 days if needed, because, of course, the issue with this variant is that it has 30 mutations in its spikes. And the spikes are the business end of the virus that infects people, and they don't quite know how all of these different mutations, do the vaccines out there? Can they? So everyone right now from J&J, Moderna, and Pfizer are scrambling to figure out if the current batch of vaccines, which appear to be okay so far, based on what they're seeing coming out of South Africa.
Whipping these things up like lava cakes, aren't they?
Yeah.
These vaccines.
I remember when it didn't have a business side. They got business sides now?
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
I just remember when it was a little thing. And now look at it. They can ride all the rides.
Oh, yeah. It's grown
Okay,
up.
speaking of the holidays, for our Jewish friends, the 8-day Festival of Lights began last night at sundown. Hanukkah, and a Miami building is home to what it calls a shining beacon of belief and celebration.
And that building is?
The Paramount Miami World Center condo tower last night lit what it says is the world's largest electronic menorah.
Oh, very nice.
In
Miami? That's weird.
The 100-foot high and 300-foot wide menorah sits atop the 60-story building. The menorah will be lit every night through December 6th.
Saw a lot of pictures of potato latkes. Is it latkes?
Latkes.
Or
I
latkes?
love latkes.
So that's what happens, I guess. The
you're
first
such
night
a
of Hanukkah,
goyim.
I'm such a what? A
Goyim.
goyim? Is that a dumbass?
No, just-
Is that complete? Is that unaware? Is that Jewish for unaware?
I think that covers it.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm with you,
Hey,
Jim.
I didn't call you a putz.
I thought it was a brand of bean. I don't know, man.
You can call me whatever until you eat my potato pancakes. Then you'll call me Sir Jim.
Okay. Okay.
What, applesauce or sour cream?
Sour cream with a little bit of chives in there, buddy.
Oh,
that sounds pretty good.
that does sound pretty good.
Applesauce got to be a little spice too.
Happy Hanukkah.
Potato pancakes.
Happy Hanukkah. Yeah, absolutely.
Genuinely like one of the best things ever. If you make them
It's
right.
one of
They're
my
so
favorites.
Freaking good.
Oh my God, I love potato pancakes.
Oh, my taste buds be dancing.
I'd say
So-
put some ham on them, but that gets a little weird.
Taking our news national, Twitter founder Jack Dorsey is out as CEO of the social media giant. The move was confirmed by Twitter and is effective immediately.
Well, I hope he saves some money up.
Parag Agrawal will be the new CEO. He
That
moves.
is a joke, so nobody can pronounce that name. Oh, you don't like me? Here's this guy.
Parag
a bunch
Agrawal.
of consonants and 2 Ys.
He'll be in the new CEO. He moves into the role after serving as chief technology officer. Dorsey will stay on the board of directors for right now and said his decision to step aside was his and his alone.
And his beards.
Which always makes you figure out it's not his and it was not his alone.
Right, yeah, right.
On the other side of...
I think their stock went crazy after
it
he
did.
announced it, right?
It absolutely went
that
through
guy's
the
that
roof.
hated, is he? That guy's that hated it. He steps down and his business gets better.
The Facebook whistleblower will be back testifying before the House. That's going to happen on Wednesday when Frances Haugen will discuss a provision that protects tech companies from being held responsible for content posted on their platforms by third parties. This is her second time on Capitol Hill following last month's Senate hearing on her leaked internal documents about Facebook research on child safety issues regarding Instagram and other platforms.
Well, I bet high school was nice to her, huh? Frances Haugen.
Yeah, you can imagine.
Bet that was a hoot.
You got to get a motorcycle if your last name is Hagen.
Yeah, right, you do.
You got to hog out with Hagen.
Barbados is saying goodbye to the British monarchy. The Caribbean nation declared its independence from the UK back in 1966, but it's remained part of the British Empire with Elizabeth II as Queen of Barbados.
Hey.
Tonight, no more. The country will say goodbye to the Queen and officially become the Republic of Barbados.
Hey.
Prince Charles, who swears he did not ask what the complexion of Harry and Meghan Markle's child would look like, will travel to Barbados for ceremonies marking the removal of Queen Elizabeth as the head of state.
Just out of curiosity, because I think the guys here know, what do you call someone from Barbados?
Rihanna.
Barbadian? Barbadians?
It's Barbadian.
Barbadian.
Yeah, so you just got the
Sounds kind of close to barbarian.
No, Barbadian, yeah. It does sound bad, but I mean, it's just a very sweet little island. Nothing bad there. Just
Riri.
Just tropical drinks and
Just Riri.
And good rum.
Oh, yeah, good rum.
Okay, a Baltimore man, here's our final stories today. A Baltimore man finally is getting the chance to thank a medical student who saved his life 25 years ago. Man, this is one of those stories that just has serendipity and kismet and just all kinds of things intersecting.
I've got one of those today, for us to talk about in a different kind of sense, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah, so Damon Walker was leaving a club with his friends on New Year's Day back in 1996 when a fight broke out between his friends and another group, resulting in gunshots. Walker was hit 3 times, with his prayers answered when Michael Franks ran opposite of the crowd to check on the injured Walker. He's a University of Maryland medical student at the time. He put Walker in his car and took him to a nearby hospital, saving his life. Now, the pair only connected this week for the first time.
Damn, really?
Since the shooting, grabbing lunch.
That's wild, man. You would think that's the first thing you do when you get out of the hospital is look for the person who drove you there to save your life.
Well, Franks is now a urologist with Virginia Urology, while Walker, the victim in this case, is a violence prevention specialist at a local hospital.
I'll be damned.
And then finally, new research suggests all cats may have an element of psychopathy. To help owners assess where their cats fall on that scale, researchers at the University of Liverpool's School of Psychology developed the Cat Try Plus survey.
Okay.
It includes 46 questions like, quote, my cat torments their prey rather than killing it straight away.
How do you get them to answer it?
My cat purrs while attacking.
Oh, what?
And other examples of cat behavior included in the Tri-Arc model of psychopathy. Researchers are hoping the results will help improve human-feline relationships. So like that person like me who doesn't like the fact that you're just kill it, man. You're toying with it. Just
right.
Kill it.
Smacking at a little mouse around.
Exactly. To kind of help people understand a little bit more how a cat works, reduce the number of cats who wind up in shelters or worse yet, end up being put down.
Anything to help keep your cat out of the Christmas tree?
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, I've got it.
What?
You know how to do that?
No, because the only thing I know is I'm desperately hoping I don't have to use fishing line.
You stay right there, and I will tell you both how to keep your cat away from your Christmas tree, and it works every single time.
How would you know you don't have a cat?
But I do have TikTok.
Well, now you all are officially woke, and Woke News is brought to you by Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don. You know, after having the families over for the Thanksgiving holiday, I'm sure you're dreaming even more of that dream home. It's so easy to find out if you can qualify. It's as easy as going to homeloansradio.com. Click apply now, and that's it. Get pre-approved today. And then you get to work with someone you can trust and who knows what the mortgage business is doing right here in Central Florida, and that someone is Don. Best part yet, you don't have to make an appointment or take time off work or sit in traffic. Just go to homeloansradio.com.
Thanks, Deb. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. That's right. I will tell you how to keep your cat out of the Christmas tree next.
Yay.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends, this weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
This Real Radio 104.1 weather report sponsored by Rude Air Conditioning, powered by Ferguson HVAC.
Well, hey, everybody. Good Monday morning. Fox 35 Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King now. Fox 35 Storm Center will be at a great weather weekend. Weather today looking good behind a departing cold front. Sunshine-filled skies. That'll fill in today with cooler breezes out there for you. Highs of 68 degrees. North winds at 5 to 15. 48 clear, chilly skies. Quiet overnight tonight. Winds from the north at 5 to 10. And for the rest of the week, high temperatures in the 70s. Plentiful sunshine, lows in the upper 40s to around the low mid-50s. For Fox 35, I'm Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King. Have a great day. Keep it to Fox for the very latest. You take care.
This report is sponsored by the Central Florida International Auto Show.
The Central Florida International Auto Show is at the Convention Center the 3rd through the 5th. It's Florida's biggest auto show. Over 500 new vehicles to see. Check out Luxury Row. See the new electric vehicles. Discount tickets at OrlandoAutoShow.com.
And if you wear contacts or glasses, you certainly understand the difficulties of some of life's daily activities. And if you're tired of your glasses fogging up or maybe your contact lenses irritating your eyes, laser vision correction could be the solution for you. And even better, you can use your Flex and Health Savings Account funds to pay for that vision correction procedure. You can get clear vision and regain your freedom in your daily life with the help of the Filatowski Eye Institute. He did this very thing for my son and for my father-in-law and thousands of Central Floridians, and he can certainly help you as well. They are the leaders in vision correction here in Central Florida, and they are ready to help you right now. Schedule your consultation. Simply text 1041 to 868686. It's easy. Again, just simply text 1041 to 868686 for the Filatowski Eye Institute.
T-Mobile for Business supports small business owners during their busiest time of year. Switch now and we'll pay off your phone up to $1,000. You keep your phone and your number. Plus, get $200 in Facebook ads on us, so you can reach more customers and finish this year strong. Visit your T-Mobile store and make the switch today. Up to $1,000 via virtual prepaid card for eligible device payoff. Allow 15 days. Qualifying credit service port-in and timely redemption required. No cash access on card and expires in 6 months. Details at T-Mobile.com. Ads via virtual prepaid card when you port in a line with 2 plus more lines over 3 existing lines.
Mills Air in business since 1992 here in Central Florida. That's over 29 years. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealers. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment changeouts and upgrades right now up to $1,275 in rebates. Go to millsair.com.
Sip and save at Circle K with our new drink subscription. Enjoy one coffee or fountain drink every day for only $5.99 a month. Sign up in-store or at CircleK.com. Circle K. Take it easy.
Now is a great time for a beautiful new fence from our friends at Mossy Oak Fence. A Mossy Oak fence will add appeal and value to your home, and more importantly, provide safety and security for your family, children, and pets. Mossy Oak Fence sets the standard for quality and offers the best warranty in the business. Premium quality custom fences that are built to last. Call or visit mossyoakfences.com, where your family's safety and security is their #1 priority. mossyoakfences.com.
What's all the buzz about nasal irrigation and Navage? And should I try it? Here's the science. Airborne germs invade through your nose. It's the body's air filter for trapping allergens and viruses. When your nose gets clogged, it's less effective and germs multiply. Eventually, your immune system can get overwhelmed and you get sick. Nasal irrigation is an effective, all-natural way to clean your nose. It's not a drug. It's more like plumbing. Saline goes in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and germs. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. It's the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage pulls out the bad stuff so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. At Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart. Or go to Navage.com for a free gift with purchase. Over 2 million sold. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
O'Reilly.
This is Claudia's O'Reilly Auto Parts story.
I had just moved to a new city and barely even knew where the grocery store was yet. When my car wouldn't start one morning, I didn't know who to ask about local shops. But I remembered a name from back home, O'Reilly Auto Parts. I called and they pointed me to a great mechanic just down the street. Now I feel a little more at home.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
More than 1 in 3 people will face cancer in their lifetime. Unfortunately, fear can stop you from getting your cancer screening, but it won't stop cancer. Early detection can save your life. Don't wait for symptoms to appear to act. Cancer screening is safe, effective, and accessible for everyone, including free or low-cost screening programs. Go to cancerscreeninfo.com right now for free screening resources and recommendations from the American Cancer Society. Don't wait. Early detection can save your life. Go to cancerscreeninfo.com today. cancerscreeninfo.com.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
New school, new job, new home. Change is hard and can leave you feeling isolated. And divorce delivers one of life's hardest blows. The relationships you counted on are suddenly gone. But you don't have to walk through this alone. Call Cordell & Cordell. You're not alone.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
The good news? You can watch us too. Like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Radio 1041. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Everybody, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. You know, first things first, hope you had a great Thanksgiving, man.
Yeah.
You know, the time off is needed. You get that burnout. Burnout is for real at any level of any job. It doesn't matter what it is or what you get paid or what your hours are. You can get burned out, and it's so good to get a break and kind of reconnect with family and friends. So when I up in Pelagus, saw people I haven't seen for years.
Really?
That was cool to catch back up with. Matter of fact, I'll tell you an interesting story. Went to the brewery there after our little small town Christmas parade, which is the greatest. The entire town comes out.
Oh, those are the best.
I mean, it goes from being nobody in downtown, and I'm not saying, when I'm saying nobody, you could play catch with a football in downtown Palatka, Florida. But that night at 4 o'clock, we drove through the city, nobody there. By 5:30, everybody in town, like the Whovilles,
right.
Like the Who's come out of town and gather around there for basically a bunch of cars pulling landscape trailers.
Did they have a dump truck?
Yes, did they have a dump truck?
They did not have a dump truck.
Oh, that's not very P-Town.
City Works Department. Come on,
Come
people.
on, really?
It's so funny. I was there with a cop. He's been a cop in Palatka for quite a while. And I said, well, are we going to see every single city vehicle? Then he started laughing. He goes, I think all of them but one ladder truck. But it was great, man. But went back. So when my daughter went into the Air Force, this was, 13 years ago or 10 years ago, whatever it was. I had a buddy I played baseball with in high school. And I hadn't spoken to him in forever, but I followed him on Facebook. And we were pretty good friends. I mean, when you play ball, you're around each other all the time, but we didn't like hang out outside the team very much. We just ran with different people. But I shot him a message on Facebook saying, hey, any advice? My daughter wants to go in the Air Force. What's a good path? What are the pitfalls? And he spent like 40 minutes on the phone with me.
Wow.
Explaining me and it really was, it was an incredible help. He probably will never know how much it really helped. And he was at this bar when I walked in,
really?
back visiting his family for Thanksgiving as well. So it was actually kind of a cool small town connection, which I really enjoyed. It was really cool.
And speaking of small town, Deb Roberts, JCS, I tweeted out a short video of the Christmas lights that are already up and running in Mount Dora.
Oh yeah,
there was no light up Mount Dora like there's not the traditional because it's gotten to be too big. I mean,
it's ridiculous.
It's no one wants to have a Houston in Mount Dora.
Yeah,
but if you want a hankering for some sweet Christmas lights, go to Twitter. Go to Deb Roberts JCS.
It's badass.
It's a 30-second video, and it's just a little spot of downtown. Donnelly Park, basically. It's just their Christmas lights. I couldn't fit everything in.
It's
but
crazy. But just walking around the city, we're on our way there to possibly go some of the Lake County pet things. But we went online. They didn't have anything we were looking at, so we didn't make it out. But we were going to go out just for a drink and kind of tool around.
It's unbelievable already.
Got your tree up? Tree up, lights on?
Tree is up. Got it yesterday. Lights are not on yet.
What?
We just got it yesterday.
Both trees up, decorated, ready to go.
Oh.
My tree was up for the first time before Thanksgiving, and we on Thanksgiving after meal, the kids were putting on ornaments, so it got decorated within a day, and my outside lights are done.
Nice. Yeah. I got to tell you, the entire time my kids were decorating the tree. Right, my snoring didn't bother them at all.
That's so sweet.
I mean, they just moved right through it.
Aren't
snoring.
So last year we had the kitten, and the cat, the older cat Xander, he's cool. He's chill. He's laid back. He doesn't mess with anything.
He's not on the psychopath
list?
He's
the best. No, but all of that went into the second cat.
Because he's still a kitten,
Bingo.
right?
Well, yeah, but now he's a year old, and
that's not good.
He is going up and down that tree, seeing things and just swatting them off because he can.
This is because
I put the train up to kind of scare him away because Santa goes ho 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 and the bell rings and it keeps him on guard.
Because this is why this is why Chris and I have had a Charlie Brown tree that has pissed Ross Padgett off to no end for the last 2 years.
That is not true.
Yes, it is.
What made me mad was that everybody thought that was my tree because of who I am.
Right. Okay,
There's a difference. You can have whatever tree you want, but the second people are like, "Oh, that's Ross Padgett's tree," that's when I'm like,
"It's not your tree he hates; it's everyone's perception of him."
I guess so, but
exactly.
Part of the reason we haven't put ornaments and we've just put lights is because I'm afraid. I mean, this year we have a tree topper that actually goes around the tree. It's Santa in his sleigh.
That sounds pretty cool.
We just bought 16 new glass ornaments. We can't wait to put up, and I'm like,
"How can't either?
How are we going to do this with the cats?" All I know is that I have fishing line to attach it to the wall so they don't tip it over. But that's the only trick I know.
That is not the answer. Here's the answer. If you have cats,
how do you know you don't have cats?
This is a proven TikTok phenomenon.
Hot sauce.
You guys know, not hot sauce. You don't pour hot sauce onto your tree.
No, you soak their paws.
Yeah, they don't do that either. That's abusive.
They sell a spray, and I don't want to be spraying anything in my tree.
Here's what you do.
You got to pee on it.
No.
You got to show them who's boss. This is mine.
Mark your tree.
Yeah, we saw you and your Christmas tree on Facebook. That was nasty.
Here's what you do, man.
That might work.
So everybody, when you put your tree up, you have that skirt that goes around the whatever that holds the tree, tree stand.
It's called the tree. No, the skirt goes over the tree stand.
Right. Yeah, the tree stand. And then you have the skirt that goes over there, so you can't see the tree stand. You set all your gifts on that. Right.
Right.
All right. Here's the big trick. Instead of using a tree skirt, you use aluminum foil.
What?
So take aluminum foil.
That's going to look terrible.
It won't. Are you kidding? Silver and gold. I mean, it's perfect.
Put the shiny side up, Deb.
Shiny side up. When the cats step on it, they lose their mind. Like they don't even know what to do with it because it's kind of like a mirror thing and it makes noise and they hate it. They will not go on it. It's proven. TikTok proof.
But doesn't it make your tree look like it's ready for like a toaster oven?
I know exactly.
No, it's fine. Like if you
Is
do
it
it right,
Palatka fine or
it's fine. It looks good.
Hey, there's no way.
Palatka fine.
Well, I mean, I'm just trying to figure out what.
You don't crumple it up like it's like the top of one of those cheap popcorn things. You lay it out nice.
That's the thing. It's guaranteed to be a cheap popcorn thing because people are going to walk up and go, "Is that aluminum foil?"
They tap it.
Yeah,
but the cat won't. That's all you're trying to do, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So if I put it around underneath the train tracks that now go around the tree,
that's it.
That'll keep them further back.
And it'll look like the train is like over an icy river or something.
Yeah, icy river.
You got to use your brain, Ross. Your creativity, buddy. Your
Icy
imagination. Reading Railroad, buddy. All right, 407-916-1041. So try that.
Oh.
And if it doesn't work, it wasn't my idea. Blame it on TikTok. TikTok's
I
dumb
knew.
and nobody knows it better than me.
Yeah, that's the truth.
It's
go
a
with
time
hot
suck,
sauce.
right?
Don't do hot sauce because what goes in comes back out, and you get to clean that up from the litter
Can you
box.
imagine?
And you do not know.
Hot sauce doesn't work, but yet they climbed up in the tree to make sure that it worked up there. And that's what your tree smells like. You have a doo-doo tree for Christmas. It's bad. And cat, that's the worst.
Cats love Crystal. Oh, Crystal hot sauce.
All right, 407-916-1041. Back in a second with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Riding the wave of vaccine breakups.
What do you mean you're sick of my face?
See you at the bar. Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, huge diamond selection, best prices.
We're seeing busy traffic now on I-4. If you're traveling eastbound, expect delays between Conroy Road and OBT, between Sand Lake Road and Kirkman Road, and also between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. Westbound also busy between Sand Lake Road and Central Florida Parkway, as well as between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road. We're still in good shape on the Beach Line as well as the 408. See traffic problems? Call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by the Central Florida International Auto Show.
The Central Florida International Auto Show is at the Convention Center the 3rd through the 5th. It's Florida's biggest auto show. Over 500 new vehicles to see. Check out Luxury Row. See the new electric vehicles. Discount tickets at OrlandoAutoShow.com.
The IRS and state agencies don't wait till after the holidays to demand payment or take collection action. J. David Tax Law and our firm of experienced tax attorneys live and work in this community, and we are standing by to defend you or your business in any IRS or state tax debt. Helping people in our community is what we do. For that reason, we invite you to join us in our support of worthy local charities. In this season of giving, please consider donating to Coalition for the Homeless of Central Florida, Cars for Our Troops, Dreams Come True, and the Ronald McDonald House. These organizations do a wonderful job for those in need. At J. David Tax Law, we believe strongly in being a responsible corporate citizen by providing funding to charities that support our community. We invite you to do the same, and we wish you and your families a happy and safe holiday season. If you have tax problems, call us now at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962 for a no-cost consultation, or find us on the web at jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
My Way from Giorgio Armani. This sparkling, floral, woody fragrance, consciously sourced ingredients from around the world in sustainable, refillable packaging. The union of citrus, tuberose, vanilla, and warm wood. Unbox the most desired gifts this holiday season with My Way from Giorgio Armani. For the woman who wants to live life her way.
Hey there, I'm Attorney Mo DeWitt. I enjoy long walks on the beach and pursuing justice. Injured on the go? You already know. Just call Mo. JustCallMo.com. Office Orlando. 866-CALL-MO.
You have homeowners insurance for a good reason, because without it, a fire, flood, or burglary could destroy you financially. But there's another major crime your homeowner's policy does not cover. It's called home title fraud. The FBI calls title fraud one of the fastest growing crimes, and it can ruin you financially, which is why you need Home Title Lock. Title fraud happens when a criminal forges your signature on documents stating you sold your home to him. Then he takes out loans against your home and leaves you with the payments. You'll spend a fortune in legal fees trying to prove you did not commit fraud. Home Title Lock puts a barrier around your home's title. The instant they detect anyone, from a cyber thief to a renter to a relative, trying to forge their way onto your home's title, they help shut it down. Go to HomeTitleLock.com and register your address to see if you're already a victim, and enter radio for 30 days of free protection. That's code radio at HomeTitleLock.com.
Were you hurt in a vehicle and want compensation? When you're injured on the go, just call Mo. Did an accident leave you in need of representation? When you're injured on the go, just call Mo. When you're injured on the go, just call Mo.
Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney, sung by a non-attorney spokesperson.
It's the strongest offer ever from International Diamond Center. Now through December 12th, you get IDC's already unbeatable price, plus an extra 10% savings. And to make it even more affordable, you get 5 years zero-interest financing. This is an unprecedented, crazy offer. Take an extra 10% and then spread your payments over 5 years, zero down, zero interest. And yes, this is all engagement rings from our exclusive world-class designers. Imagine a $12,000 designer ring with a GIA certified diamond, take 10% off, then pay just $180 a month. Or an $8,000 designer ring minus 10% and just $120 a month. You can even finance the sales tax. IDC makes it easy to upgrade her diamond this Christmas with our largest ever selection of GIA and Forever Mark diamonds. Get 10% instant savings plus 60 months zero interest. And as an added surprise for the first 12 days of December, go to shopidc.com for some secret buys on some great holiday gifts. Merry Christmas from International Diamond Center. Or convenient Orlando locations. Approved credit details at shopidc.com.
Need to turn your home equity into cash? This is Robert Palmer, and home values are at an all-time high. Smart homeowners are accessing home equity at today's low rates. But don't use your home equity to pay closing costs. Let me pay them instead. Visit rpfunding.com for details. NMLS 70168, Equal Housing.
If you've been involved in a slip and fall accident and are not sure of your legal options, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 and take back control of your life.
Office in Orlando.
Looking for a holiday that's merry, not melted? That's cool, because Kroger has refrigerated delivery trucks. We'll keep your hams honeyed and your cranberries colorful. And our fresh guarantee will save you the wilt and the worry, or we'll make it right. That's more than just delivery, it's Kroger over delivery. Order today at Kroger.com. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
For a limited time, you can get $15 off your first 3 orders for savings up to $45. Offer valid with digital coupon while supplies last.
Broadcasting live from the personal injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind studio. Car accidents, other injuries, call pound 546 from your cell or visit whenyouneedus.com. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thanks so much for tuning in on this gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous
Chamber
Monday
of Commerce
afternoon
weather, yes.
here in Central Florida. Man, all this weekend it's been great. Going to be a little warmer this week?
Yes, but toward the end of the week, we should be back up near 80.
Yeah, but still wonderful weather here in late November, early December for sure.
And unseasonably cool, actually. We should be about 76, where
Really?
today the high is only 70.
Beautiful, man. All right, 407-916-1041. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Full power until we hit the Christmas break for sure.
Full prescription strength. And then we dip.
You traveling for Christmas, Ross? I can't remember.
I am not.
You're not. Jack isn't. Nah.
My brother's coming.
Yeah. Wow, really?
Yeah, there's going to be another epic family moment when my fiance's brothers are hanging out with my brother.
Oh, they're going to love him.
What are your fiance's brothers like?
Super cool.
Oh, they really?
There's one of them is a banana expert.
Yeah, he's the one Ross walked into on the bathroom.
Is that a metaphor?
No.
Okay.
No metaphor. He just loves a good banana. Big nanner guy.
Matter of fact, that story played during our best of.
Did it
over
really?
the past,
Yeah, the one of when Ross, wasn't it last Thanksgiving that you walked in on him?
It was Christmas Day.
Was it Christmas Day?
Was Christmas Day.
When he stood there a little awkwardly, not
And he
really
just
sure how
stared
to...
at him in the eyes.
Exactly. Like, how do we end this? Like, do I shake your hand?
You know
or
how you
do we-
end it? Your fiance says, "What are
you doing?"
Oh, okay, what's up?
Yeah, so that.
He hates my memory as much as you guys
What
do.
sound are you making?
Alibaba.
I don't even remember the story.
His brother-in-law was in there sitting, so
Yeah.
obviously he's facing the door.
Sure, yeah.
Oh,
Ross doesn't.
I mean, he's sitting, but I don't know if he,
No,
sits and
Yeah.
Okay, it's fine.
Well, Ross came in and just locked eyes.
Locked eyes and stood there. Stood there until his fiance saw him standing in the doorway of the bathroom with her brother in there.
Back away, Ross. Back away and close the door and forget it ever happened.
She yelled at her brother, blink 3 times if you're in danger.
And what'd you say, Merry Christmas?
I don't know, man. I blacked out. I just froze. I was nervous.
The only
What gets
reason
nervous?
I remember it is because it played over the week.
I just remember because it's funny AF.
How old are they? They're younger or older than
They are younger.
They're younger.
Yeah, my fiance's the oldest.
So what's it, like a late 20s and maybe a mid-20s?
There's an early 20s to a 27.
Oh, yeah.
So I think Andrew's 22.
They're both still down in South Florida?
South Florida, and other one is in Georgia,
Very
I
nice.
believe.
Okay, very good. All right, 407-916-1041.
It's family, man. I'm coming over to your place.
And do it.
Christmas break.
Are you?
Whether you like it or not.
All right, good.
Just wanted to let you know the texting service followed up with us at 77031. Apparently, a person from Barbados is called a Bajan.
Nah, look, I read the story today, and they called them Barbadians.
Well,
Barbadians. I don't know how. I mean, if they're from there,
Barbuduans?
I don't know. Barbadian is what they wrote. Barbadian. BADIANS. I don't know, but I did show you the video of the cat freaking out on the foil, and it worked.
Yes, it really, and it was a kitten too. I mean, the cat didn't even.
Right, yeah.
He touched it once and flew off of it.
You got to do the foil thing.
All right, I'm getting the foil.
And I'm telling you, it looks fine. If you have the right, like, do you have tinsel on your?
Do not
no,
do tinsel.
do not use
you
tinsel.
Do not. Yeah, with animals, that's not good, right?
Because then you can't pull it out when it comes out the back end. It's not as easy as pulling it out. So if you see a little,
hold up, what?
It's a thing.
It's a thing,
it's a thing, man.
and you cannot pull it out because it's not like it's just going to slide right out.
Yeah, one time I had to pull a Butterfinger wrapper.
Yeah, I've had to pull ace bandages. So you don't want
to
use
my wife's hair.
Oh, really? Yeah, you don't. That's a different kind of cat.
This thing has changed tones. In 30 seconds, it changed tones dramatically.
Yeah, it's the worst party popper of all time.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
It's not.
Instead of confetti, you're washing your hands. Not ideal.
And there's a random hairball somewhere in the house.
Oh yeah.
And so the confetti.
You don't want to see that poking out the back. No tinsel.
Yeah. So the tinsel's bad. All right. How about garland? Because you need something to tie in your
that might work.
Your tinfoil tree cover at the bottom to keep your cats off there. But to bring the silver look up into the tree, if you don't have a lot of silver in your tree, you need like some garland or something.
I'd use that with my ornaments
That's
or silver ribbon.
Yeah.
How does that not look like trash?
It doesn't look like trash. You can look. The videos are fine.
Someone texted us at 77031 aluminum foil. We wish you a methy Christmas.
No.
We wish you a methy Christmas.
It's not a methy Christmas. It works fine. And listen,
It's
the
not
video,
methy.
listen, the video that I showed you,
it looked methy.
It did not. You were over there like you were amazed at
Well,
how
it
well
worked,
it worked.
but it did look
It
like
doesn't look
did.
methy.
We wish you a methy Christmas.
I'm putting foil down under the tracks.
Oh, that definitely sounds methy.
You know what you may be able to
I'm
do?
putting foil down under the tracks.
Instead of the foil,
Okay.
you may be able to get that the shiny silver kind of cloth.
It's got to have
gotta
that
make
crinkle.
noise.
Yeah, it's got to
gotta make
have that.
crinkle noise, yeah.
It's like ever putting like a. Did you ever eat a piece of tinfoil off of like a candy wrapper and inadvertently?
Oh yeah.
You remember?
Oh,
yeah.
You remember that?
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
You
don't
get foil,
forget that.
Foil on a filling?
Oh.
That's an all-timer. That is like a funny bone.
Yeah,
stubbing your toe when your toes are cold.
Oh,
that's all right up there in the dumb human pain. World.
Playing with the dog, and he swipes his big paw across your
don't even get me started.
your T-shirt when you're not wearing a brassiere.
We went to look at pets this weekend because we're back in this mode. And my wife, we went to Pet Alliance up in Sanford.
Hell yeah!
And my wife goes, and we go to look at the dogs. They didn't really have any. We looked at a dog, and it was having a great time, and then it snapped at us twice. So we kind of were like, well, it didn't work with us. And the dog was like 9.
Right.
It had been forfeited by an owner, so it's asking a lot to connect with a dog that has only known one existence for basically its entire life, and then it's just scared.
Yeah.
And reorg.
Yay, people.
Doesn't really work like that, right? It's so stupid. But we went over to the cat area, right? And and we're playing with the cats, and my wife found this giant Maine Coon that we couldn't even believe the thing was there. It was fake pretty.
And that's the other cat that people have been texting and saying, if you guys want a sweet cat that likes to cuddle and hang out, a Maine Coon is the way to go.
This thing is great, except for my wife handed it back, and her Lululemon pants were completely covered in cat hair. She's like, nah, hard pass. But in the context, when she was playing with that one, I was over there kind of just playing with the cat and having it swipe at my finger, just playing with it the way you play with a cat. And the girl who works there is a volunteer, and she's sweet, but she was a little over concerned with how I was interacting with the cat. She says, "Sir, please don't put your fingers in the cage." I'm like, "Well, I really wasn't. I was just kind of putting it here at the bottom," and the cat was swiping at it. And she says, "If you could, sir." And I said, "Oh no, I can, and I won't, but not because you didn't ask me, because I don't want it right now." And then I'm in there, and I go out to this other area where they just have the cats out walking around. And you can come into a room, and it's full of cats, and you can play. And I found another one that wanted to play, swat the kitty, right, type thing. And I'm playing with it, and then another woman walks up and says, "Well, we don't like to play with the cats like that. You're welcome to pet them, but we don't want to do anything to draw blood, because if they draw blood, they have to go to the back, and they can't come out for a couple days." I looked down at my hand. Blood.
Oh, Jimmy!
But I covered it up with my hand so the cat didn't get in trouble. Okay, because it wasn't the cat's fault. I was really kind of teasing the cat. The cat lit me up.
You got that skin. You bleed easily.
I bleed easily. Thanks for bringing that up.
What?
I do. I bruise easily.
Well,
I have that paper thin skin.
It's from a lot of sun.
I don't know what it is, but just get older, you bruise easy. It sucks.
But I like how you didn't snitch on the cat.
Yeah, I like that too. You ride or die.
Look at the cat didn't do anything wrong. I'm effing with the cat. The cat gives me a quick little pop with its nail out, not even thinking about it. It was just the cat was yawning while it caught me. It wasn't even trying. I was no chance to pull my hand back in time. And the cat nipped me a little bit. I was like, "Oh, you got me a little bit there, buddy. Good job. Good job." Look down, big old blob of blood right there in my hand. I'm like, hide it. Hide it and move on. The cat does not deserve this.
Show no evidence.
Yeah, show no evidence.
Speaking of cats.
Oh, by the way, speaking of dogs, so we didn't find anything in the shelters, so we started looking around. Man, I don't know what's happened, but when did dogs become so expensive?
Oh,
let me hit you with this real quick.
They always have been.
Do you know what a Bernie Doodle is?
It sounds like a dog you wouldn't vote for.
It's a dog that wants to tax the rich.
Yeah. And have a fun doodly time doing it.
So I think it's
a Saint Bernard and a doodle, like a poodle,
like a Bernese Mountain Dog, not a Saint Bernard, I think, but it's a Bernese Mountain Dog or something.
Okay.
Crossed with a doodle, and it's a mini.
Ooh.
So you get a mini Bernie Doodle, male, 12 weeks old. What do you think that runs you, Jack?
$12,000.
Well, that's a little hot. What do you think, Ross?
I said the ceiling. Go for it, you guys.
Oh, is that a precious looking pup?
Yeah. They're beautiful. They're fake cute.
Jack went with a strong 12K.
Hey, listen, can I tell you something? It's not that far out of the realm.
What did you say, Bernie Sanders Doodle?
Yeah,
Bernie Doodle.
Sanders. It's a Bernie Doodle.
I mean, that's a cute little pup right there. I'm gonna go with 4 G's.
$4,000. What do you think, Deb?
Oh,
they gave you a window there, 12 and 4.
Whoa. I'm gonna go with the usual, $5,200.
$5,600.
Points, Deb.
$5,600. You could have a dog or a relatively nice used car.
That's like 6 of my car.
Or a really great vacation. A pretty darn good vacation. For $5,600, I can plan you a really nice vacation here in the States, of course.
Out on Thanksgiving, my aunt has a teddy bear.
Oh yeah, those things are
the
crazy.
Bichon?
Again, they're $5,000. Everything's $5,000.
That dog was awesome.
Yeah, they're very cool. They're fake looking. They look like toys. They don't even look like real animals.
They really don't.
It looks fake, right?
I mean, it's just
teddy bear breed.
It's just really weird that they named the breed teddy bear, and it looks like a teddy bear,
just like one.
And if with that logic, my dog is a douchebag.
A douche bear.
It's a douche bear.
Your dogs are Pomeranians?
No, so I got one Papillon and then another one that I just call a giant Papillon.
Okay, so they're both Papillons.
But I think the giant Papillon is probably some sort of collie.
Didn't you say the dog was dumb? Because my wife brought up Papillons, and I said, well, Ross said they're dumb. And then she starts reading. It's supposed to be one of the smartest breeds out there.
Yeah, I think they just operate on a different level in Ross.
Yeah.
And he doesn't understand it, so he calls them dumb.
Ooh, sorry.
I wonder if my dogs are like, man, our owner is dumb.
I read everything about this guy. He seems like he's supposed to be smart, but he's dumb.
I wouldn't say that my Papillon is dumb. I just think that the other dog, I got to have some sort of Sheltie or collie in it, is just like, why are you doing Rubik's Cubes in the corner? That dog is just frustratingly smart.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Let's do some sports. Brandon Kravitz, our buddy, he's up next. We'll talk about everything, including the new hire for the University of Florida football team. That's next.
Something on your mind? Text us at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center. Car crash? Call Clausman Law.
Slowdowns continue eastbound on I-4 between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535, between Sand Lake Road and Kirkman Road, between Conroy Road and OBT, and also between OBT and Ivanhoe Boulevard. If you're traveling westbound, expect a slow ride between Sand Lake Road and Central Florida Parkway, and also between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road. We are accident-free on the Beach Line. See traffic problems? Call the Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by the Central Florida International Auto Show.
The Central Florida International Auto Show is at the Convention Center the 3rd through the 5th. It's Florida's biggest auto show. Over 500 new vehicles to see. Take test drives right at the show. See classics, exotics, race cars, and more. Discount tickets at OrlandoAutoShow.com.
Make the most of your investments. Certified Financial Group. Call pound 250 keyword certified planner.
The Christmas party that blows them all away with Big Bad Voodoo Daddy. It's Big Bad Voodoo Daddy's Wild and Swinging Holiday Party, sponsored by Florida Blue. December 8th, Dr. Phillips Center's Front Yard Festival, presented by Advent Health.
Not two front teeth, oh my.
Tickets on sale now at drphillipscenter.org. Big Bad Voodoo Daddy.
With RP Funding's digital mortgage, you can refinance your home loan to today's low rates from the comfort of your own home. Get started today and let me pay your closing costs. Lock in your low rate before it's too late. Visit rpfunding.com. NMLS 70168, Equal Housing Lender.
You have homeowners insurance for a good reason, because without it, a fire, flood, or burglary could destroy you financially. But there's another major crime your homeowner's policy does not cover. It's called home title fraud. The FBI calls title fraud one of the fastest growing crimes, and it can ruin you financially, which is why you need Home Title Lock. Title fraud happens when a criminal forges your signature on documents stating you sold your home to him. Then he takes out loans against your home and leaves you with the payments. You'll spend a fortune in legal fees trying to prove you did not commit fraud. Home Title Lock puts a barrier around your home's title. The instant they detect anyone, from a cyber thief to a renter to a relative, trying to forge their way onto your home's title, they help shut it down. Go to HomeTitleLock.com and register your address to see if you're already a victim, and enter radio for 30 days of free protection. That's code radio at HomeTitleLock.com.
Marty, I am the ghost of rewards past, here to show you all the cash back you could have earned on your holiday purchases.
But I get up to 1.75% cash back on all my purchases.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I have a Navy Federal Credit Union cash rewards card.
Well, cool. Happy holidays.
Learn how you can slay the season with the cash rewards card at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
What's all the buzz about nasal irrigation and navage? And should I try it? Here's the science. Airborne germs invade through your nose. It's the body's air filter for trapping allergens and viruses. When your nose gets clogged, it's less effective and germs multiply. Eventually, your immune system can get overwhelmed and you get sick. Nasal irrigation is an effective, all-natural way to clean your nose. It's not a drug, it's more like plumbing. Saline goes in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and germs. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. It's the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage pulls out the bad stuff so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. At Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart, or Go to Navage.com for a free gift with purchase. Over 2 million sold. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
If you love trivia, if you love the hugely popular Stuff You Should Know podcast, then the Trivial Pursuit game, Stuff You Should Know edition, is for you. With 600 questions, weird and unbelievable trivia in categories like myths, legends, and conspiracies. SYSK selects a mix of topics handpicked by podcast hosts Josh and Chuck. Give the gift of trivia this holiday. Find Trivial Pursuit, the Stuff You Should Know edition at your favorite retailer or wherever you shop for board games.
Mills Air in business since 1992 here in Central Florida. That's over 29 years. They're not going anywhere. Carrier Factory authorized dealers. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Preventive maintenance on all brands, and that saves you money and can detect upcoming breakdowns. Go to millsair.com.
The holidays call for Dunkin's new Holiday Blend coffee. Enjoy a warming blend with notes of molasses and dried fruit to spark your spirit and give you that holiday hustle. Zip through the holidays with a $2 medium Holiday Blend coffee. America runs on Dunkin'. Participation may vary. Limited time offer. Exclusions apply.
Ready or not, Christmas starts now. Right now. While Santa and his elves are hard at work, you can play iHeart Christmas Radio. 100% Christmas favorites, commercial free. Download the free iHeart app and take iHeart Christmas Radio everywhere you go. Or listen at home on your smart speakers. Just tell Alexa to play iHeart Christmas Radio on iHeartRadio.
Hello.
iHeart. Discover music, radio, and podcasts you'll love.
iHeartRadio.
Best price the first time. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade. The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Happy Monday. Cyber Monday. If you're out there shopping crazy, remember we do have the Jim Colbert Show spices up for grabs. We told you we would have it, and Jack made it happen. Yeah, it's up there right now, JimColbertLive.com. You can see the click-through. $32 gets all of them sent to you anywhere in the continental U.S. It's right through Venmo. Very easy to do. When you leave you get your money there, leave your address, we'll send them out. We'll send orders out tonight. So as soon as we get them, we're sending them out. So you should get it within 4 or 5, 6 days. Plenty of time for Christmas. If you have a friend or a family member that's a big fan of the program, this will be a perfect Christmas gift. Again, they're ready to go. JimColbertLive.com. Grab them now, and we will send them out for you as quick as possible. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb is here, along with Jack and Ross. Every Monday around this time, we bring in our good buddy Brandon Kravitz from 96.9 The Game to talk a little sports. BK, what's up, buddy?
Wow. What a day. What a weekend.
What a weekend, man. I mean, you almost don't have enough time in the day to talk about all the content you have.
I need an 8-hour show today.
Yeah, for sure you do. A lot of happenings out there. You know what I have to tell you? This has been one of the best NFL and college seasons of football I remember, simply because there's no dominant team. Any week can give you a win by any team out there. It's as much fun as I've had, and frustrating as I've had watching football in a long, long time. But first, right when you walked in, you said we have a little breaking Tiger Woods news.
Yeah, Tiger Woods has announced that he is done as a full-time golfer. He says that he will not return to the PGA Tour as a full-time player ever again. He says that he does plan on playing in the future, but he's not going to be a regular participant in the tour.
So I think he probably has access to all the majors because of multiple wins and all the majors. I think you have a lifetime. I think maybe the U.S. Open is 10 years, but he's won enough of those to play those for the remainder of his life, I believe. So you can pretty much expect to see him at his tournaments that he hosts, maybe the Buick or something like that, if they're still with him. I can't even remember. And then maybe the majors. That's probably all you'll see. And if he's not competitive, you won't see him at all. He doesn't strike me as a guy who tees it up for nostalgia.
Yeah, that's sort of the weird. That's the weird part, is that you kind of have to get yourself in the groove and be part of, not just, he can go play on a course whenever he wants, but to be part of that high level competition. Just throw yourself into that mix, and then if he starts losing a lot, I don't think he's going to be all that into that. And so this is probably the end, but
and it's not a swing. Yeah. The thing is, it's not a swing. He can't walk.
It's the consistency. Yeah. I mean,
he can't walk. He can't handle the mileage on his body. He's beaten to death, man. He just can't simply walk 18 holes.
Is it the existing damage or from the recent accident?
It's all the damage.
Yeah, I
man.
think
This guy's had damage built up for years. I'm telling you, man, you read Haney's book that this guy used to train with the Navy SEALs. They would literally take him on the same training missions that they would take, and he did so many jumps out of airplanes. And Haney thinks that all that hard landing while jumping with the SEALs is what banged his back up, that it really wasn't golf at all. It was all the stuff off the golf course that he was doing just to feel alive because golf was so easy to him.
And this is kind of what he had become anyway because he had dealt with so many injuries. Tiger had become this sort of special attraction. If you saw him as a part of the roster leading up to any sort of event, it was just it's kind of like icing on the cake. You didn't rely on that anymore, and now it's just going to be even less frequent.
I bet the tour is so pissed off he made a definitive statement rather than just kind of letting it hang, because it's always that Christmas morning moment when you find out the Tiger's registered for a tournament you're a big fan of, because he even when he was playing, he was notorious for waiting to the very last minute to enter a tournament because he didn't want you using his name to sell. He was just kind of weird like that, right? It was the same thing with Bay Hill. They would tell you the guy would literally commit the Wednesday before or whatever, the very last minute to do it.
Yeah, and he hasn't played that in a few years. Maybe he, since he's not a regular participant and he can pick his spots, maybe he picks this one.
Yeah, maybe
he comes back.
He can do whatever he wants for sure. Real quick, let's stay on golf for a second. I mean, just a second. This idea of the match that we've seen with tour players and football players, Brady and Rodgers and all this. They did this with the Bryson DeChambeau and Brooks Koepka thing that started at the middle of last year. And man, what a flop that was! If it wasn't for Charles Barkley, it would have been unwatchable. Brooks Koepka just went out there and Koepka'd his ass. And this is a guy who plays golf because he can, not because he wants to. You get the feeling this dude would like to be crushing beers with his boys by the pool, but he just happens to be extremely good at the game of golf and tells you straight up, I don't play it when I'm off. I don't talk to my friends about it. I don't practice. If you see me playing golf, that's when you know I'm playing golf. That's it. I mean, he's the greatest, but it doesn't really make for good TV because he's not much of a chatter.
So I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't watch it. When was this? When did they air this?
I think it was Friday or Saturday or something like that. I watched it. It was re-aired by TNT a number of times, but it was boring. It was just boring.
Because it was sold like these guys are going to bark at each other.
Yeah.
I think that they genuinely don't like each other. And when you don't, I'm not going to play into that.
That's exactly
We can play and I'll make the money, but I'm not trying to flirt with you throughout the course of this so that we can, egg it on more.
And I think Bryson has that show in him. Brooks does not have that gene. Again, he's just not that guy.
Did either of them try?
Well, no. I mean, Brooks beat him 5-3 in a 12-hole match. And if you are in golf, that's a drubbing. Like, as a professional, that's embarrassing. Like, I would have never in a million years agreed to do that on national television. Let a guy that you've been ribbing beat you senselessly. If that happens at a Ryder Cup, you get laughed off the golf course. That's how bad of a beating that was.
Should have had some real stakes behind it, like loser leaves town match or something like that.
That's what it should be, or has to wear the other guy's clothes or something. I don't know. All right, let's move on to football. Too exciting this weekend, man. Let's start with the NCAA. I mean, it's just bananas out there. It is almost impossible to keep up with the football. Then when you consider the front office and coaching positions that are happening in the NCAA, it's just simply unbelievable. Let's start with Florida, who hired a guy I've never even heard of. I'm sure in the football world he may be a common name, but like just the layperson, he could be the janitor. He could have been a physics teacher the day before. I wouldn't have known.
I could have made his name up, and you would have believed me.
I would have believed every bit of it. You could have made everything up. I'm like, really? This guy sounds like a stud.
You would have to get pretty deep into the weeds of a college football fan or reporter knowing the name Billy Napier. They would. He is an excellent recruiter. He had worked on Dabo Swinney's staff. He had worked on Nick Saban's staff. He has an incredible resume, and he did a really good job. He was coaching at Louisiana as a Sun Belt school. They had never won 10 games in a season. He won 3 with them in 4 years. And so the guy can coach. He was brought in because of his recruiting. Dan Mullen was kicked out because of his recruiting.
Right, yeah.
And you know that's the way that it works. When we have somebody, this is where at every job it works like this, and especially in sports. When you're not good at X, we get rid of you for not being good at X, and then we will hire somebody who excels at X. And we will overcorrect in that way. So Billy Napier was brought in because he can build relationships with high school coaches in the area. He can recruit his ass off, and hopefully the Gators can get back to some level of prominence because of the players that they bring in, which at the end of the day in college is as important as your X and O ability.
I've always said in the SEC, if you're a head coach, you have to have a little preacher in you. you have to have a little of that Southern preacher. So when you go into somebody's living room and you sit down, you make them comfortable. You don't see.
Although now I think you do it on Zoom.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe you do it on Zoom. But back in the day, you'd be in there, you'd be eating dinner with them, and regardless of how bad it was, you'd be saying how wonderful it was. No wonder this boy's so big with this great food.
And Dan Mullen hated,
he hated it.
Dan Mullen hated that, and his staff didn't care. And
it's half the job, man.
Yeah,
you got to get the big time talent in there so that the school can get attention, and of course get TV, and they got to be good. They made it past Florida State this weekend. I mean, so could have Lyman High School. I mean, they're terrible. That's not much of a win.
That game was disgusting. They were both terrible.
So bad, man.
It was really bad. And so we'll see how it goes. I think for the Gators, if they felt like they needed to get rid of Dan Mullen, then fine. But at some point, you got to settle. You've got to settle on a coach and just stick with it. And I think another good example of that still does work in college football. You don't have to move off of a guy in 2 years because he's not doing exactly what you want him to do. Jim Harbaugh at Michigan. People have been trying to fire that guy for the last 5 years.
Yep.
And then he's got a great roster, and he just went in at home and beat Ohio State for the first time since he's been the coach there.
Which really, to be honest with you, back in the day, just like it was before, is his only job.
Kind of.
Yeah, you can go 6-5, but you beat Michigan and we're cool.
It feels like 12-0.
Right, you are cool. Just like with Florida. You go 7-5, but as long as we beat Florida State, it used to be like this, we're cool. In Georgia. Right? I mean, that's what it was. And if you were a Florida fan, you want to beat Georgia and Florida State.
It just makes everything else better. It's okay, we had a bad year, and I can make some excuses, but at least we beat these two teams.
Sure.
And for Michigan, it's Michigan State, and number one, it's Ohio State. And they won. They won definitively. And now, not only did they win that game, but they put themselves in great position to make it to the college football playoff.
Yep.
And just given the way that this season's gone, it's kind of up for grabs. Georgia's separated themselves. They are the elite school right now, but everybody else, it's like shoulder shrug. I don't know.
Yeah, let me tell you something, man. It's very interesting what's happening in the SEC and college football in general. You know, we see these shifts of power. Used to be the West Coast, and it was out in Midwest in the 80s. You know, and then even in the 80s back on the West Coast with all the great teams in California and all the way up the coast. And now in the SEC, it seems like maybe the dynasty of the SEC is starting to kind of crumble a little bit. All these big, gigantic names, even Alabama struggled this weekend, and not for a coaching decision in Auburn, they would have lost that game.
Yes.
So, I mean, you're looking at what used to be the perennial automatics in the top 10 in college football, and it just isn't like that anymore. It really isn't. I mean, with the exception of Georgia, there's no definitive win in the SEC anymore. Even the mighty Alabama.
But even with that, like Alabama's still great. I mean, they still won the game.
Yeah.
You know, so
but against Auburn, that's no big deal.
And Auburn's not that good
terrible
this year. You're right. But they're still there, and they're going to be in the mix, and they'll have an opportunity against Georgia. Cannot wait to watch that. It's going to be the SEC championship this Saturday. I cannot wait to watch that. It's going to be fantastic TV. So you mentioned that there could be a shift. The Big Ten right now feels like it's the best conference in college football at the moment. I mean, the SEC is still going to be a powerhouse, and they're adding Texas and Oklahoma, but Oklahoma just lost their head coach.
Right, yeah.
And Lincoln Riley is going to USC. They're going to pay him a ton of money. He'll probably be the highest paid college football coach other than Nick Saban.
That guy's going to go coach for that school and live in San Diego?
I mean, the recruiting that he was already doing. Think about the guys that have rolled through Oklahoma, and he's going to go to L.A., and now the guy with that recruiting power is going to be in Los Angeles? Are you kidding me? He's already flipped the number of five-star recruits. So, he's in 24 hours, he's just taking guys with him, those that hadn't actually played it down at Oklahoma. I'm sure some of the players for OU are going to end up there. His quarterback, Caleb Williams at Oklahoma, it looks like one of the most sensational players in the country. I'll be curious to see if he follows Lincoln Riley to L.A., And now we see Brent Venables, the defensive coordinator at Clemson, has taken the Oklahoma job. So there's kind of a big story there that broke a couple of hours ago. But yeah, it's wild what's going on right now. There's a lot of movement, and I think USC is going to return to the power that they were with Matt Leinart and Reggie Bush and guys like that. Lincoln Riley's an excellent coach.
It would be about time. I mean, they've really been out of the picture for many, many years now.
They have, but there's no excuse.
There really isn't. They have
you own that city.
Look, man, I mean, let's talk about recruiting. Hey, would you like to come here and just draw a picture and just send it to him? I mean, are you kidding me?
And think of some of the names that Lincoln Riley's brought in. He did Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield, Jalen Hurts, CeeDee Lamb, Hollywood Brown. I mean, I know I'm missing names, but he's brought in tremendous recruits.
Hey, before we move on to the NFL, by the way, we're here with Brandon Kravitz, 96.9 The Game. You said you had some UCF news when we were coming in as well.
So Dylan Gabriel has entered his name into the transfer portal. Their starting quarterback for the last couple of seasons. He broke his collarbone back in week 3 against Louisville. He's been out for 9 weeks, and UCF fans are none too pleased that their star quarterback is headed elsewhere. We don't know where he's going yet. That news is yet to drop.
They should change the name of that field to the bus station, because it seems like that's what happens. People just come there to get their tickets to go elsewhere.
Well, that's what I find so remarkably...
Link Stadium?
Right? Yeah, Link Stadium. We're busing out of town.
It's just remarkably pathetic the way that UCF fans are showing their ass throughout all of this, because this is what the program is right now, and that's fine.
Still sucks.
You know what? It's the stop in between. It's a beautiful stop in between. It's the rest stop that you take on your drive that you love. It's your favorite rest stop.
You're such a good fan. You're the best.
This is what you and now you're allowing this transfer portal allows players to move more freely than ever before. What do you think's going to happen? Right. This is the position, and right now with UCF being a Group of 5 school, Group of 5 coaches jump to the Power 5. That's the way that it works. You know, I mean, believe me, I was in the muckety muck of upset at Scott Frost. When you take a step back from everything, the only reason.
It's a terrible decision.
Oh, well, it was a bad decision.
Yeah.
I think part of the reason that I ripped him not only because I was upset personally because I could see the success walk out the door, but also because I thought that was foolish for him. He just chasing money and nostalgia, and if those are your only reasons, it's not good enough. He had something that was really good here, and so it was frustrating. But at the same time, the only reason why I'm upset about that was the same reason that UCF fans are upset about Dylan Gabriel. It's because he's good. If he wasn't good, you wouldn't care.
Right, but that's the whole point of being upset. I mean, that's the whole point. You're losing a good player to another team when
But Jim, you've got to see the reactions from these people, and I'm not just plucking out like 2 tweets that I saw. People are tweeting at Dylan Gabriel all of the things that he did not achieve at UCF. That is despicable.
Yeah, it's not
What
good.
What are you doing? I mean, this guy's looking like, well, duh, I'm leaving.
Yeah,
you guys are jerks.
All right, so let's move on. We're going to go to the NFL, but quickly, Orlando City's season came to an end this past weekend. Ross, I don't know, did you get a chance to watch the game when you were out west?
I did.
Yeah.
It was this past Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was frustrating. And honestly, I know I'm supposed to talk about it, but I really don't want to talk about it.
Okay, God, I don't want to see you crying.
They got off to
I'm not crying.
They got off to a good start.
I lost half of my Hard Rock Live Sportsbook bankroll on that game.
Did you really?
Never bet with your heart.
Always
that is commandment number
bet
1.
with your heart.
Listen, I bet against the Bucs this weekend because I was sure the Colts were going to beat them, and they probably could have.
Never bet against your heart. That's commandment number 2.
Never bet against Brady or never bet against Rodgers.
I lost that on that one, too.
Let's move on to the NFL.
I actually thought about you this weekend as I'm looking at this Rams-Packers game, and I'm like, well, no, they repealed the betting, so I'm hypothetically looking at what I was going to wager on, and I thought of your voice popped into my head. You go, never bet on Matt Stafford in a big game.
Never bet on
and
Matt
I'm like,
Stafford.
you know what? I'm going to take the Packers. And there we go.
Never
big
bet
win.
because Matt Stafford turned the Rams into the Lions. They make the same mistakes. It's the same thing with Jameis Winston. He turned the Saints into the old Bucks. It's the same thing. The guy has no pass discipline. None. This guy continually throws into double coverage like he's Aaron Rodgers, and he is not. The scheme should be more simple for Matt Stafford because he's got a great arm and he's a pretty good quarterback, but they let that guy make too many decisions.
Yeah.
He is not capable of making high-level quarterback decisions in the NFL, and he's proven it year after year after year. Matt Ryan, Matt Stafford, we can line these guys up. They're all the same. They're all the same. They simply cannot win. They don't win. They have a legacy of losing, an aura of defeat. That's what they do.
Wish you would have called me Sunday morning with this info.
Right, sorry.
Yeah, you just don't like Matts.
I like Matts, man.
I think you have something against Matts.
But those two are not good at the game of
It's a
football.
weak name.
It's a weak name. Josh and Matt.
Yeah, Matt as in doormat.
But the Patriots keep on charging through. They look unbeatable.
They're the hottest team in the NFL right now.
Mac Jones is the robot that Bill Belichick needed. Their defense is always going to be good because he's a defensive mastermind. And other than that, the NFL, who knows? Other than that, the Niners look good now. and they didn't look good 6 weeks ago, and now they look unbeatable. The Dolphins, your beloved Dolphins, look great. Who wants to play the Dolphins right now?
Nobody's trying to play the Miami Dolphins.
Nobody wants to play.
And they have got a cakewalk schedule over the next few weeks.
Over the next couple weeks.
And last week it was all about the Eagles, how the Eagles are a team for the playoffs, and the Giants couldn't buy a play for positive yardage.
And they still lose because Jalen Hurts can't throw.
Oh, my God.
13-7. I think we did utter the sentence, nobody wants to play the Eagles last week.
We did that. And they should be that way. But the problem is Jalen Hurts is there, and he doesn't know how to play the game.
Oh, that's hogwash. That's fiddlesticks.
Well, they lost because of that guy.
Yeah.
And it was on him 100%.
Look at his stats and look at Lamar Jackson's stats from his first year.
Lamar, look, that's another team I don't bet on right now.
Oh, no. I'm off.
I don't bet
I'm
on
off the Ravens.
No way.
I was off the Ravens last night, and somehow Baker Mayfield just said, I really do appreciate this win that you're trying to gift me ahead of the holiday season. I genuinely don't want it.
Right.
I'm all set.
You
Thank
keep the
you.
receipt.
I've got wins already. I don't have any room in my garage.
I bet you could isolate the times in the NFL that an opposing quarterback threw 4 interceptions and you lost. I bet that's got to be a relatively small stat. That doesn't happen very often. This league, you can't turn the ball over. Every time I try to pick winners, I'm like, who turns the ball over? Who's the running back? Who's the quarterback? Because that's what matters in the NFL.
I've got a stat for you with the Lamar Jackson thing. So Lamar Jackson's leading receiver was Hollywood Brown. His second leading receiver was the Cleveland Browns from last night's game. That's a true story. Second leading receiver was the Browns. They had his second leading receiver on his own team had 4 catches, and the Browns had 4 catches.
To show you how what nails that guy is, he still put the team on his back and won. I mean,
I think he's an absolute winner. The problem is he has some stinker games in him. That's fine.
He's not a pure passer. So
and he doesn't have pure receivers. Like his offense is obliterated with injuries. He's got offensive line injuries. They're down to like their 5th string running back that the signed guys off the street, and their top cornerbacks out. So they've got injuries. I'm not blaming the Ravens. They're really good team builders over there.
Yeah, I make him pass against me. If I'm playing that guy,
but just bet against the Ravens the rest of the year. Just bet against the Ravens.
My scheme in defense, I'm like, make sure that guy has to throw the ball.
Yeah.
Don't seal the edges up. Don't let him get around the corners because he's so fast and so the guy's just impossible to tackle. But if you make him throw the football, you can beat him. That's the problem. He cannot throw the football.
So much meat left on the bone.
I know.
We've got leftovers for next week. It's like Thanksgiving all over again.
You have to go now because I'm drunk and I got to get you out of here.
Segment brought to you by Certified Financial Group. Don't just trust anybody with your money. Certified Financial Group is on your side. 12 certified financial planners all under one roof. Visit financialgroup.com or dial pound 250 and say the keyword certified planner. Start planning for tomorrow today.
Brandon Kravitz, 96.9 The Game. Is always good seeing you, BK. Have a great week.
All right, same to you guys.
All right, man, 407-916-1041. Did anybody ever change your life? One of the biggest stars in the world just had this happen, and it's a great story, and I'm wondering if you have one like it. We'll do that next.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7. It's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and SecuredRoofingAndRestoration.com. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Mikey, and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This Real Radio 104.1 weather report sponsored by Rude Air Conditioning, powered by Ferguson HVAC.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Overnight lows tonight will be chilly, dipping into the 40s across East Central Florida. Clear skies expected overnight as well as into your Tuesday. Afternoon highs tomorrow right around 72 degrees, and temperatures will be warming to the upper 70s as we head into the end of your work week and into the weekend. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro. Have a great rest of your day.
This report is sponsored by the Central Florida International Auto Show.
The Central Florida International Auto Show is at the Convention Center the 3rd through the 5th. It's Florida's biggest auto show. Over 500 new vehicles to see. Check out Luxury Row. See the new electric vehicles. Discount tickets at OrlandoAutoShow.com.
Your home is one of your largest and most important assets. It shelters your family. A beautiful new fence from our friends at Mossy Oak Fence is a great way to add appeal and value to your home. It's also a great way to provide more safety and security for your family, children, and pets. The fact is, at Mossy Oak Fence, your family's safety and security is their #1 priority. Visit MossyOakFences.com and let the Mossy family protect your family. MossyOakFences.com.
And I met you in the summer.
It's time to live it up again. Be first to cruise on MSC Seashore, debuting in Miami in November. Relax in the stunning infinity pool. Indulge at our alfresco dining venues. Discover again at our new private island, Ocean Key MSC Marine Reserve, named Best New Cruise Destination. Cruise the Caribbean on MSC Seashore from Miami. Enjoy flexible booking changes and free balcony upgrades. Call your travel advisor or visit msccruises.com. Restrictions apply. MSC Cruises, a world of discovery.
The IRS and state agencies don't wait till after the holidays to demand payment or take collection action. J. David Tax Law and our firm of experienced tax attorneys live and work in this community, and we are standing by to defend you or your business in any IRS or state tax debt. Helping people in our community is what we do. For that reason, we invite you to join us in our support of worthy local charities. In this season of giving, please consider donating to Coalition for the Homeless of Central Florida, Cars for Our Troops, Dreams Come True, and the Ronald McDonald House. These organizations do a wonderful job for those in need. At J. David Tax Law, we believe strongly in being a responsible corporate citizen by providing funding to charities that support our community. We invite you to do the same, and we wish you and your families a happy and safe holiday season. If you have tax problems, call us now at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962 for a no-cost consultation, or find us on the web at jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
You work hard, so you deserve the good things in life, like getting an amazing deal on awesome internet. That's why there's never been a better time to switch to Xfinity. Get the fast and reliable internet you deserve for $20 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. And ask how to score 12 times the speed for the same internet price when you add Xfinity Mobile. Just imagine, faster downloads, more streaming, the possibilities are endless. That's more speed and you'll save hundreds over AT&T. Or learn how to get a $300 prepaid card when you get gig speed internet during the Xfinity Black Friday sales event. That means powering a house full of devices when everyone's home this holiday season. So what are you waiting for? Sign up now because you deserve awesome internet. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay, and 12/6/21. Restrictions apply. New Connect Internet 50 megabits per second customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra, and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Compares monthly service charge for Xfinity 600 megabits per second to AT&T 500 megabits per second, each with one unlimited mobile line for a year as of 10/6/21. Reduced speeds up to 20 gigabytes of mobile usage.
Unjunk your sleep at Mattress Firm's Cyber Week sale and wake up a better you. Shop in-store or online and save up to $500 when you get a king bed for the price of a queen or a queen for a twin. Plus, get a free adjustable base with qualifying Sealy purchase up to a $499 value. Or save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America. And you can shop with confidence thanks to our low price guarantee. Unjunk your sleep, only at Mattress Firm. Offer valid with qualifying purchase. Restrictions apply. See details at mattressfirm.com.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
You have homeowners insurance for a good reason, because without it, a fire, flood, or burglary could destroy you financially. But there's another major crime your homeowner's policy does not cover. It's called home title fraud. The FBI calls title fraud one of the fastest growing crimes, and it can ruin you financially, which is why you need Home Title Lock. Title fraud happens when a criminal forges your signature on documents stating you sold your home to him. Then he takes out loans against your home and leaves you with the payments. You'll spend a fortune in legal fees trying to prove you did not commit fraud. Home Title Lock puts a barrier around your home's title. The instant they detect anyone, from a cyber thief to a renter to a relative, trying to forge their way onto your home's title, they help shut it down. Go to HomeTitleLock.com and register your address to see if you're already a victim, and enter RADIO for 30 days of free protection. That's code RADIO at HomeTitleLock.com.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
Love us while you got us. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Real Radio 1041. Powered by Anna Jar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. This is The Jim Colbert Show. Also available on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Just search The Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb is here along with Jack and Ross. A little bit later in the program, we'll have Ross Thoughts. We'll have trivia still coming up. Stephen Kramer visiting still coming up. By the way, a guy said, hey, you didn't talk about the Bucks. I was listening. I'm deeply disappointed. I'm like, we did talk about the Bucks. They beat the Colts, and they had to come back to do it. They had to use overtime to beat the Colts.
What?
So
No, they didn't. They avoided overtime.
That's right. Yeah,
they took the lead, and then Fournette busted through. I was giving up. I had the Colts +4, and I figured, all right, they kick a field goal here. They'll run out the clock. They'll win by 3. I still win my bet. And then Fournette busts through, and everyone's like, hey, let's not tackle him.
Jack doesn't have any money on this. He should be fine.
Yeah. What I've realized is this 2 weeks with the Hard Rock Sportsbook app, I'm kind of glad they're
changing the
taking
rule.
it.
Yeah.
Taking it away. And people wonder, like, how come you're still able to use it? I think once you add money in the app, you can still, like, place your bets. I think you just can't add any money to it. Yeah. Or probably get any money out of it.
407-916-1041. Deb,
have you bet yet on that app? You keep talking about Jack and Code Black.
I don't bet the spreads, man. That's they know too much. It's a little too uncanny how often the Vegas guys are right. I can't get beyond that. So I limit my gambling to things I think I have a little bit of power over, like the poker thing. You lose for sure. I mean, I played this past week and lost the river card that gave me a flush, gave the other guy a full house. That happens. There's no way to get around that. That's just the luck of the draw, but at least you still have a chance. Man, with that, the guys in Vegas just know too much. It's just too hard. It just seems too hard to win any money. It just scares me to death.
This is how I know the universe is spinning on its axis, because Jack is over there talking about taking the Colts by 4, and you're over here saying, yeah, I don't know. It's just, I don't know.
The spreads get me real sketchy, man.
I want to know how much you lost on your flush when you ran into that full house.
200.
Ooh.
All of it.
Oh.
So, and the other, 200, all of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I lost $10 on my bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel better about it now.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I have thought about that, though. It's like, man, Vegas is pretty on the money. I keep picturing, like, you remember the movie Minority Report?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When they have those,
the
like,
precogs.
the precogs. That's just what, there's, like, 3 people linked up to, like, milk baths with cords shooting out of them.
They're lying in some gel and telling everybody the future.
And they're underneath the Wynn Hotel.
Yeah, right.
Just getting everything right.
It is Arizona by 2.5. Bloop, bloop, bloop. The Colts by 4. Bloop, bloop. That's what it's like, man. I'm telling you. They land under the wind, and then Steve Wynn comes down. He's a shaky mess. He's alive.
He throws some 2% in the bath, and he goes about his day. That sounds about right. Chip-chap. Now to make more money with the slot machines.
407-916-1041. I was telling you guys before we went to break that there was a big star. They here recently had a really neat little reunion. Did you see the story?
No.
So you guys are familiar with the singer Adele?
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So there was an interesting thing that happened last week. I didn't get a chance to talk about it because we were off, but it was during the weekend. I guess she was doing a performance somewhere. I'm not sure what it was because I just saw a video of it. It didn't really do any explaining in the story part of it. But she was doing a performance, and in the context of the performance, she was being interviewed, and she talked about people who had changed her life, and she mentioned this one teacher that she had long, long ago when she was singing and maybe possibly thinking about not doing it for a living. And the teacher actually kind of gave her some encouragement and talked her into sticking with her dream and doing this. And then for some reason, just moved on in life and never really considered that teacher again. But every time she looked back on the success of her career, she always had that thought of that teacher bending down and telling her, hey, look, you've got a real talent here. Stay with it. Be persistent. Don't give up type thing. And really credits her for a lot of her success, if not all of it, because of just kind of believing in her for no reason. They brought her there.
Oh, wow.
And she didn't know it. And then the person who was doing the interview said, well, funny you should mention that. And this woman stands up. And you could tell this woman meant a lot to Adele. A lot to her. She broke down, started freaking out. And it's so funny. Now, I get emotional about it, but there are a number of people like that in my life because, a lot of kids don't have parents that are super involved. Maybe they're working too hard, or maybe they're just not involved parents. And that one teacher, that one person in your life can come through for you. Could be an uncle, could be a brother, a teacher. I had a couple of teachers, actually. One, the very first one, I was in the 4th grade, and you know what she did for me? She showed me discipline. She wouldn't let me get away with stuff. I would kind of do something funny or whatever, make the class laugh. Some teachers would just roll with it. This one would crack me with a ruler. Her name was Mrs. Cooper, and she taught me respect.
Cooper Loop.
Yeah, Mrs. Cooper was 114 pounds of absolutely terrifying terror is what she was. She was a menace, but the best teacher, one of the only ones I remember. And then a couple other, took me to the side as I was having difficulties learning a couple things, and they really sat down and showed that personal attention. And they even asked me in the hallways, how's it going after the fact? And those people you remember greatly, And I was just thinking, man, you look back in your life at the people who weren't part of your family that had a massive impact on your life. I bet it's so weird. I never think about going to visit or contacting those people. I don't know if any of them are alive anymore, but to have that opportunity would be kind of unique.
Well, I know Lin-Manuel Miranda, not only is he behind the new Disney movie Encanto, gracias, but he's also behind Tick, Tick, Boom.
I had zero desire to see that, and all I hear is people raving about it.
Tick, Tick, Boom is based on, it's an autobiographical show that the creator of Rent had worked on, and it was all about his struggle writing this show in his 20s and being told no, 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 no. And didn't he die like right before Rent actually made it on Broadway?
Spoiler alert.
But if you've known the story of Rent, so Lin-Manuel Miranda had a drama teacher that was that person in his life where everyone else was like, yeah, well, that's a good, you need to make a living. And she really encouraged him, and he never forgot her. And so much so he gave her a part in Tick, Tick, Boom.
I'll be damned.
So just kind of like Adele's show, bring them back years later and say, your advice made the biggest difference.
One of the years I went to summer school.
Sorry for the spoiler alert.
That's one of the years I went to summer school. There was an English teacher. Not a very attentive student. There was an English teacher, and there's only like 8 people in the class, the other dregs of Putnam County, and they're trying to get their S together so they can make it through high school, right? And in the context of teaching this class, he told a story about when he was young, he bought a car to impress other people. He goes, I'll never forget it, because somebody had asked him about a lesson or something. He goes, well, this guy's a big kind of a John Goodman kind of guy, big, boisterous kind of guy. And he goes, I remember I bought a car. It was a Skylark or something like that. And it was the nicest car in the world. And everybody thought I was the coolest guy in the county for 2 weeks. And then after that, the payments kept coming and nobody paid attention.
Yep.
And for some reason, that small little story stuck with me. I was like, oh, I get it. Don't do stupid stuff to impress other people who don't care.
Right.
Just move forward with your own thing. It works out great. Back with your calls and texts right after this.
The world's leading specialist at something that's probably amazing.
You just say words
to somebody,
and you hope at the end of the sentence they make sense.
Real Radio, 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center. Car crash? Call Clausman Law.
We have quite a few slow pockets of traffic heading east on I-4, beginning with Osceola Parkway up to State Road 535, between Sand Lake Road and Kirkman Road, and also between Conroy Road and OBT, from OBT up to Ivanhoe Boulevard, and also between Princeton Street and Lee Road. If you're heading westbound, delays too between Sand Lake Road and Central Florida Parkway, and also between World Drive and Osceola Polk Line Road. See traffic problems? Call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by the Central Florida International Auto Show.
The Central Florida International Auto Show is at the Convention Center the 3rd through the 5th. It's Florida's biggest auto show. Over 500 new vehicles to see. Check out Luxury Row. See the new electric vehicles. Discount tickets at OrlandoAutoShow.com.
After this year, let's spread some holiday cheer.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
Orlando's Christmas station is Magic 107.7.
Notice the way everyone throws around the F word on the radio today. Suddenly, everyone's a fiduciary. The truth is, only certified financial planners are required by their certification to work with clients as true fiduciaries. For more than 40 years, CFP professionals at Certified Financial Group have been providing financial planning and investment advice for a fee to countless families throughout Central Florida, and we have 14 of them. So if your planner has not been certified or you simply want a second opinion, go to financialgroup.com. That's financialgroup.com. Certified Financial Group, where we're planning tomorrow, today.
Management for a fee through Certified Advisory Corp., a registered investment advisor.
This Checkers garlic and butter bacon Buford is for Vince. He's been brushing paint on houses all day.
That's the last coat.
A little help here? So, we brushed some mouth-watering garlic sauce on 2 100% hand-seasoned beef patties with crispy bacon strips, Swiss cheese, grilled onions, and whipped butter just for him. Come down and get this Buford, Vince. You've earned it. The garlic and butter bacon Buford, only at Checkers.
IDC's kicking off the Christmas season with a spectacular and unprecedented crazy offer. Now through December 12th, you get IDC's already unbeatable price plus an extra 10% savings. And to make it even more affordable, you get 5 years, 0 interest financing. It's our most aggressive holiday offer ever. 10% instant savings and 60 months financing with 0 down and 0 interest. How about a $4,000 pair of diamond stud earrings? Take 10% off the top, then pay just $60 a month. A $6,000 designer bracelet with matching earrings minus 10% instant savings, then pay just $90 a month. Everything's included. Eternity band, fashion rings, colored gemstone jewelry, all new designer jewelry from LA and New York, stackable rings, Cuban link necklaces. Find the perfect gift with a perfect pay plan. 5 years, 0 interest financing. You can even finance the sales tax. And as an added surprise for the first 12 days of December, go to shopidc.com for some secret buys and special offers on some great holiday gifts. Merry Christmas from International Diamond Center. 4 convenient Orlando locations. Credit details at shopidc.com.
Need to turn your home equity into cash? This is Robert Palmer, and home values are at an all-time high. Smart homeowners are accessing home equity at today's low rates, but don't use your home equity to pay closing costs. Let me pay them instead. Visit rpfunding.com for details. NMLS 70168, Equal Housing.
The Eagles Hotel California Tour. Live in concert with a full orchestra. Performing their iconic album Hotel California, beginning to end, plus a greatest hits set. The Eagles. Amway Center, February 24th. Get tickets Friday, December 3rd at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com.
Care has the power to bring kindness where it's needed. It brings out the best in every one of us. It doesn't just see people. It takes time to understand them. It puts the needs of others ahead of its own. And when you start with care, you end up with a very different kind of bank. Truist. Truist Bank, member FDIC.
At T-Mobile, we're bringing it all together for the holidays with great deals for everyone. This week only, you can get the perfect pairing, the new iPhone 13 Pro and AirPods, both on us. You can capture your favorite moments with the most advanced iPhone camera ever.
Wow, the whole family looks great. Perfect for our holiday cards.
And you can get a pair of AirPods to gift.
Now I can listen to my favorite songs on repeat without driving my family nuts.
And the perfect pairing is just the start. We'll also give you a free year of Apple TV Plus.
Gather around, people. The morning show isn't going to watch itself.
Hurry in. This week only, both new and existing T-Mobile and Sprint customers can get the iPhone 13 Pro and AirPods on us with eligible trade-in on our Max plan. And you'll even get a free year of Apple TV Plus. Because together we holiday. Only at T-Mobile.
Phone via 30 monthly bill credits and AirPods Gen 2 after rebate via prepaid card for well qualified buyers plus tax. 1 per account ends 11/29. Balance on required finance agreements due if you cancel service. Call before canceling to continue remaining credits on phone. Apple TV Plus renews at $4.99 per month after first year unless you cancel. Details at T-Mobile.com.
Hey, Orlando remodeling pros. Win the jobs you want most with the 3D tools built into House Pro software. That's HOUZZ Pro. With House Pro, you can easily show prospective clients in 3D what their finished project will look like. See why pros like you are raving about how House Pro 3D tools are helping them win jobs, upsell customers, and get more referrals. So go to House Pro, that's HOUZZ Pro, online or in the App Store, and try 3D for free today.
When life-changing events happen, it helps to have an attorney on your side. At those moments, Kramer Law is here to help take the burden off your shoulders. If you've been injured in an auto, truck, or motorcycle accident, Kramer Law is here to take care of you every step of the way. We charge you nothing unless we recover money for you. No matter what the legal issue, we're here to go to bat for you. Kramer Law. OneFirmForLife.com. Office is Altamont Springs.
Mr. and Mrs. Flavor, thank you for joining us.
Great to be here. I'm Barry, the flavor of berry.
I'm Janet. I'm bitter.
And I understand your son is the flavor menthol?
Yes, he's the menthol in a menthol cigarette.
He's such a disappointment. Out there getting people addicted, being used by big tobacco to target black people. He could have been a lozenge.
Menthol cigarettes are harder to quit than regular cigarettes. Find out how to quit today at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
Broadcasting live from the personal injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studio. Car accidents, other injuries, call pound 546 from your cell or visit whenyouneedus.com. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. You can always text the show at 77031. I'm Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
Jack is as well.
Good evening.
And so is Ross.
How you doing, Jim?
I'm doing well, buddy. Ross thoughts in about an hour. Trivia coming up in about 45 minutes, 6 o'clock hour. Stephen Kramer will drop by, talk about what's happening in the world today. I was telling you guys about this Adele story real quick before we go into something else. Ross, did you have somebody like that in your life?
I've been thinking about it. Outside of family and my brother?
Yeah.
No.
Didn't have a teacher or something that kind of pulled you to the side, like one of those teachers? Because you had some trouble in school.
Yeah.
You had some trouble in school, but you didn't have one person that pulled you aside and said, look, man, I know that things may be tough here, tough there, but, you got to do this, you got to do that to maybe excel and nothing like that?
Not really.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, I think the Florida school system and I just...
Didn't get along
too well.
But even after you got in trouble in school and had to go to that other school,
yeah,
there was none of that there. It was more of a military kind of scene. Everybody got treated the same?
Yeah, very much so. However, the teacher that was at the alternate school was phenomenal, and I always appreciated her as a teacher, but I also don't remember her name. And if you asked me, like, oh, what'd she teach you? I'd be
don't know.
I don't know, 7th grade math?
Yeah.
I really don't have somebody... outside of my brother, I would say.
Yeah.
Also, to be honest with you, I've learned a lot from Olivia, too. It's different. It's not like a mentor thing, but...
Right, yeah. I had never had that with friends or anything, or even, like, other parents that would say stuff, because it would you just didn't do that. You didn't offer... You didn't go... You never wanted to go home, hey, you know what Johnny's mom said? Said, you were bad at this.
Well, Mary's mom saw me getting off the school bus and said, here comes trouble.
Yeah, really. Jack, did you ever have anybody like that in your life? Like somebody who would give you that, because you had your father passed when you were young, but you had the 6 sisters.
Yeah.
Your mom worked a lot.
Yeah.
So, obviously as a boy, I don't know how much advice you take from sisters. Did you have a teacher or somebody in your life like that?
I had a few teachers throughout that, and some in middle school, some in high school that I kind of connected with, but, yeah, I think my life shows a lack of that presence.
No, I don't think so at all. What's wrong? I think you're doing fine.
Oh, look, he's doing it to you right now. You hear that? I think you're doing fine. That's your rah-rah moment. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Thanks, Coach.
Somebody said here that my high school math teacher, Mr. Powers, saw that I wasn't understanding what he was teaching. He knew that I was too intelligent to be in the remedial class, started tutoring me on his own, surpassed my classmates, that kind of thing. My teacher's just like these little things you probably didn't even mean to do, it just kind of stuck with me. And those are the things that for some reason I would reflect on those little statements and go, oh, yeah, don't do this because that big fat guy said don't do it. And then I didn't. It worked out great. That's the only thing I worry about as a dad, just like giving those little bits of information so that my kids always kind of flash back and said, oh, yeah, Dad said never do this. And then they'll do it. I taught my kids how to change their tires. I've got 3 daughters, so teaching a daughter. And my daughter texted me about 6 months ago and said, Dad, I want to thank you for one thing. Thanks for teaching me how to change a tire. I just broke down on the highway headed from Tacoma up to Seattle, and I was able to fix it myself with no problem whatsoever. I didn't need to call anybody. I didn't need to lean on anybody.
Did you respond with, you only want to thank me for one thing?
Right, exactly. I said, but there's a whole bunch of other stuff. I'll give you a minute.
Just one of the many.
There's a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh, cool. What does the rest of the list say?
It's right with the cart, man. It's like, come on, let me show you how to check the oil. You show them how to put air in the tires and stuff, and you never know what's actually going inside the ear into the brain.
You don't.
I used to follow my dad into the garage every chance I had because he was a woodworker, so he taught me how to properly nail a nail without making rose petals.
Nice.
I used to have my own apron from the from the mill shop, where you kept your nails on one side. Yeah.
My dad told me how to drive a nail. You got to grab the hammer at the bottom.
At the bottom, let the weight of the hammerhead do the work for you instead of your wrist doing it.
My dad would do the most impressive things, and it was the stupidest stuff. He could drive a nail with one hit.
That's cool.
He'd put that nail, tap it one time, and then one hit, move on to the next one, and put them in his mouth.
Yep.
He'd put the nails in his mouth like it was a magazine.
Like he's a stapler.
It's so fast it looks like he's spitting them into the wood.
Yeah.
God, you talk about impressive. I was like, man, that guy's a superhero.
Yeah, that's the coolest stuff.
He'd only chill out a little bit. Cool. All right.
What, his son?
If he'd only chill out a little bit, would be cool.
I didn't learn that. I didn't have a mentor.
Get out of here, Jack. Stop. You're done with me.
His mentor said, just hang in there. Mm-hmm. Run when they start to look cranky. And submit yourself, because this is what it's going to be like when you have wives and daughters.
What?
Gird your loins, Bradshaw. This is called training, baby.
What teacher told you?
Submit yourself.
Whenever faced,
I'm not lying, am I?
Whenever faced with a problem, be incredibly passive aggressive, and then if anybody tries to call you on it, say you don't know what they're talking about.
Oh, he learned yes, dear from.
I think that's a self-defense mechanism.
It usually
all
is.
of them are.
Yeah, it usually
right?
is.
All of them. It's all survival.
They're all built to protect you from what you hate the most, embarrassment.
Self-sabotage.
Yeah.
You'd think success, but it's a protection mechanism.
I guess it works the other way, too. Had an 8th grade coach tell me I was worthless.
Oh,
wow, that's what you want to drop on an 8th grader, right? Hey, by the way, I don't know if you know this, you are worthless.
That's how Sister Jacqueline started every remedial math class. You guys are so stupid.
They're
the uncoolest of all time.
So here's the deal. They're not doing it trying to employ some reverse psychology.
Oh, no, she was just
doing
mean.
it out of cruelty.
She was just mean.
How do you elevate to that level and treat people like that you're educating or that you have influence over?
It takes practice, Jack, but I got faith in you.
And then after telling us how stupid we were, then she'd ask if we had any questions.
Right.
Last night's homework.
You had any good, smart questions, dumb people?
That's why we used to call her Sister Mary. She certainly needs some.
8th grade coach told me I was worthless. I would never amount to anything. Dropped out in the 9th grade, so he was right. Joined the Army 2 days after I turned 17. Now I have a master's degree and I'm retiring.
It was a PE coach that told him he was worthless?
And PE coaches were brutal. And you got to remember, it's weird. Because hold on now. Because there's a generational difference between you and us. Now, there's not much space, but there's about 18 years or so, 20 plus between you and I. PE coaches interacted with people way differently in the 70s and 80s, buddy.
Oh, my God.
I mean, I would tell you that a PE coach could snatch you up by your hair. And if you went home and complained about it, your parents would ask what you did wrong. Like, teachers had a big range of abilities to interact with you, and PE coaches had that much more.
Ms. Butcher used to come and flip open the shower curtains to make sure we were actually showering after gym. I used to tell my parents that I was going to put tassels on and teach them to go in opposite directions so that I could get an A in gym.
I always thought this was funny. My last name is Paget, and my brother's PE coach always called him Paget.
And they can do that.
What was he trying to say?
I don't know. And then my PE coach, his name was Mr. Frizzy.
Oh, no.
Coach Frizzy.
I bet he was just a mean son of a bitch, was he?
Because he was bald.
He was actually really soft and sensitive, which was odd. He had the calves of a god.
407-916. I had one of those coaches, too. He turned out to be kind of a dick. I used to really admire the guy, too. He just kind of wound up being an ass. Just a narcissist, you know?
Somebody just texted us at 77031. My dad taught me how to play hide and seek. Dude is good. I still haven't found that effort.
407-916-1041.
That is so good.
I've got an interesting quiz for you guys.
My dad played the same.
All right. So you grew up humbly?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, you just kind of, paycheck to paycheck kind of scenario?
Yeah, Arby's.
Jack, humbly? You grew up humbly?
To a degree, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There are points in my life where I didn't have much, and there are points in my life as a kid. At one point, my dad owned an airplane. But then also at one point, I lived in a 2-bedroom apartment and shared a bedroom with my sister and ate mac and cheese for a while. And then right after my mom's divorce from my dad, that was, government cheese and butter with my grandmother and stuff. So we, been through the gamut of having money, no money, the whole 9 yards. So I have a very interesting list when we come back. It's the 33 unwritten rules of being poor.
Oh, here we go.
Now, I will tell you, this was an interesting read for me because I'm sitting there, I'm like, my God, do these people have my journal?
Right.
There's so much stuff in here. I think you'll get a good laugh out of, and we'll do that next.
It's a Real Radio sports special. This Sunday, hear the Tampa Bay Buccaneers take on the Falcons in Atlanta. Coverage starts at noon on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, huge diamond selection, best prices.
Well, traffic is moving well on the beach line. No reported problems on the 408, 417. We are seeing slowdown south on the turnpike between OBT and Osceola Parkway. Eastbound travel on I-4 slow too between Sand Lake Road and Kirkman Road, between Conroy Road and OBT, and also between OBT and Ivanhoe Boulevard. A steady ride too westbound between Sand Lake Road and Central Florida Parkway, and also between World Drive and Osceola Polkline Road. See traffic problems? Call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by the Central Florida International Auto Show.
The Central Florida International Auto Show is at the Convention Center the 3rd through the 5th. It's Florida's biggest auto show. Over 500 new vehicles to see. Take test drives right at the show. See classics, exotics, race cars, and more. Discount tickets at OrlandoAutoShow.com.
Man, here in Central Florida, it is really important your AC works perfectly every single time you ask it to, and Mills Air can help you do that. They've helped me and a number of people here at the radio station. They can help you as well. They've been doing it for 29 years here in Central Florida, keeping you nice and cool. And their techs know all the brands. You don't need to worry about what you have. You don't even need to tell them. They're good. And more than likely, they have the parts to fix it on the van and ready to go. Not to mention, man, off the script here a little bit, the techs for this company are the nicest people. Every time that Ryan would drop by, he always had the answer, exactly what I needed. And if he didn't, he would find it out within the hour. Love doing business with this guys. And they're carrier factory authorized dealers, which means up to $1,275 in rebates towards that brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and certainly you can turn to Mills Air. Family owned and operated, ready to help you right now. 407-277-1159. Online, it's easy. MillsAir.com.
This year full of Real Radio is brought to you by Klausman Law. Car crash? Call Glenn Klausman. KlausmanLaw.com.
There's stuff that your mom never told you. So join hosts Annie Reese and Samantha McVeigh of the podcast appropriately named Stuff Mom Never Told You. Each weekday, they discuss topics such as politics, history, and pop culture, all examined from an intersectional feminist lens.
In our society, we do pressure people, especially women, to forgive. Since we've both gone through trauma, I just was so torn by it. I'm like, what if I can't forgive?
Listen to the Stuff Mom Never Told You podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You have homeowners insurance for a good reason, because without it, a fire, flood, or burglary could destroy you financially. But there's another major crime your homeowner's policy does not cover. It's called home title fraud. The FBI calls title fraud one of the fastest growing crimes, and it can ruin you financially, which is why you need Home Title Lock. Title fraud happens when a criminal forges your signature on documents stating you sold your home to him. Then he takes out loans against your home and leaves you with the payments. You'll spend a fortune in legal fees trying to prove you did not commit fraud. Home Title Lock puts a barrier around your home's title. The instant they detect anyone, from a cyber thief to a renter to a relative, trying to forge their way onto your home's title, they help shut it down. Go to HomeTitleLock.com and register your address to see if you're already a victim, and enter radio for 30 days of free protection. That's code radio at HomeTitleLock.com.
Reward yourself or someone you love this Christmas with a stunning Rolex timepiece from International Diamond Center. IDC has the largest selection of luxury pre-owned Rolex watches in our history. It may very well be the largest selection in the entire country. Over 800 pre-owned Rolexes. Yes, 800. Our buyers have scoured the country and handpicked this unprecedented collection of flawless pre-owned Rolex watches. All the most popular and hard-to-find models. Submariners, Batman, Sea Dwellers, Pepsis, Datejusts, men's and ladies' timepieces in pristine condition. All IDC's pre-owned Rolex watches are priced to sell this Christmas. Easily competing with any store or online retailer. If you've dreamed of owning the premium name in timepieces, or if you're looking for the ultimate gift for someone special, you must see IDC's luxury pre-owned Rolex collection today. We have the watches no one else has. Visit our showroom or shop online anytime at shopidc.com. Merry Christmas from International Diamond Center. 4 convenient Orlando locations.
This year has been scary. My mom and dad didn't always have a lot of money to buy food. Some nights we went to bed hungry. But thanks to some really good people, this holiday will be extra special because we can have a big meal as a family. Give the gift of hope. For every $1 donated to Second Harvest Food Bank, you can provide 4 meals for a family like mine. Help today at feedhopenow.org. Second Harvest Food Bank. Fighting hunger. Feeding hope.
Sunnyside Electric.
Yes, the switch for my ceiling fan doesn't work.
If you'd like to completely rewire your house, press 1.
No, it's just a switch that doesn't...
For a new 6,000 amp panel, press 2.
Panel's fine, I think. Just the broken switch.
Tiny little switch, and you expect us to come out and fix it?
Well, you are electricians.
Not really worth the bother to us.
Well, it bothers me. I can't turn on the ceiling fan.
Maybe just tape a sign on the switch that says out of order.
You're out of order. This would never happen with Frank Gay.
But you didn't call Frank Gay.
Yes, I didn't.
And here we are.
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you need electrical service, you need help now. Licensed electricians who are happy to fix any electrical problem, big or small. That's the Frank Gay way.
If you'd called Frank Gay in the first place, it would probably be done by now.
That's the Frank Gay way. FrankGayServices.com.
Guys, now there's no excuse. Peak Performance for Men has helped thousands of men overcome erectile dysfunction. The question is, what are you waiting for? Live the life you want today with a free consultation. No medication, no pumps, no needles, no pain, no surgery, and absolutely no downtime. Just non-invasive acoustic wave therapy that will have you back to your natural form. That's right. Now for a limited time, a free consultation. There is no risk. Fix it for good with one phone call. Call the Orlando office today at 407-464-8181 or find them at peakperformanceformen.com. Why wait? Enjoy your life to the fullest. Peak can make the difference. Call 407-464-8181 and get your free consultation now. That's 407-464-8181. Peak Performance for Men.
To find the next great podcast, iHeartRadio and Tongle sifted through thousands of entries, from the true story of the musical Chicago to the fascinating life of author Alexander Dumas.
Dumas is a guy who invented travel writing. He fought in revolutions. He built and lost a palace. I mean, he cooked an elephant.
Listen to the next great podcast finalists on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. Then visit nextgreatpodcast.com to vote for your favorite to help us find the winner.
Order your Hummer EV at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Radio 104.1.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch, have you heard of that kind of thing, at The Jim Colbert Show on Twitch.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thanks so much for tuning in on this beautiful Monday evening, afternoon. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving break.
What the hell? It's already 5:20?
absolutely dark outside.
Where's my pen?
All right, welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Don't forget, if you haven't ordered your spices yet, we do have it up. Just like I told you guys, Cyber Monday, we would offer it to everybody in the listening audience if you want to grab it. Right now, all 3 spices, Divine Swine, Rippin' Chicken, and the Steak Shake is all available at JimColbertLive.com. Just click there. It's through Venmo, $32, and we'll send it anywhere in the continental U.S. Ready for Christmas for that special stocking stuffer.
No.
But it's actually stocking stuffer.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Shipping included.
Shipping included.
$32,
Yeah, it's all $32. All 3, and then...
After that tongue twister, please don't ask him to say the word shipping.
Please do not, yeah.
Let's talk about seashells next.
Yeah, let's don't do that either. So, saw this today. I thought it was kind of funny, and I started reading them, and these guys, these came... these cut a little deep.
Did they?
A couple of these cut a little deep. I remember this. A few of them, honestly, I'm going to be honest with you, a little bit sad because I do remember this as a kid, and it's a shame. I know it happens all the time. I'm sure a number of people in our audience have to say things and do things like this to their very own children. But this is a Yahoo Life story, and it said 33 unwritten rules of being poor that you could only know about if you've struggled financially. And I think everybody, with the exception of a very small percentage of our listening audience, at some point in their life, struggled for money, maybe had situations where they were short, stuff like that.
Yeah, it happens.
It does happens all the time. So here's the first one, just to give you an idea what they're talking about.
Okay.
As a kid, you never brought the field trip permission slip home because you knew better than to make your mom feel guilty that you couldn't pay the $5 to $20 to let you go. And I will tell you, I have wadded up or not even asked to go on half or maybe even more than half of the field trips that were offered as a kid because I knew for a fact that my mom could not afford it and would not. There's no way it could be happening.
Right.
I would not even ask. I wouldn't want her to have that guilt of not being able to send us, so I just simply did not ask. You guys, is that familiar at all?
I think I went to space camp, dude, in your face.
Did you really?
Yeah, I think I went to space camp. Don't know who paid for it.
Right.
But I do remember going to space camp.
Jackie, you ever had a situation like that?
No, not that I'd bury it. I'd always bring it home. I mean, if we couldn't go, we couldn't go. But
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel bad now. I didn't think about the guilt factor.
Yeah.
All right. Here, by the way, these are 33 unwritten rules of being poor. All right, right?
But if I did in your situation, I would have given it to you. Said maybe you can skip a couple packs of smokes.
And
send me on this.
You didn't say that because then you have to have a permission slip to the dentist.
Right, exactly.
From when your mom backhanded all your teeth down your throat.
Yeah.
Which would have been more expensive.
Exactly.
She wouldn't be thinking logically there, Jack. I assure you. Number 2, never fill up the gas tank all the way because you never know when you're going to need that other money for groceries.
Hell, that was 3 years ago.
Can I tell you? I'm a dead honest. There was, I'm 54, more than 2/3 of my life, I never filled my tank up. I just, in the last probably 10 or 15 years, every time I stopped, I would run it down and fill it all the way up. I can't remember the last time I only put like $10 or $15 or $20 in my tank. But that used to be a standard. $5 actually.
Oh, yeah.
Was a standard thing.
So I've done this before, is that when I used to fill up, I never would go halfway, but as soon as I filled up my gas tank, it would become like my second bank account. All right, I have $110, but I also got like $30 worth of gas, so I have $140.
That's great. Yeah, man, that one came off.
Yeah.
One of the funny things is when my son started his work life, he ran into a bit of an issue at one of his jobs, and he gonna miss some shifts and stuff and got short. And I was talking to his manager, which I actually knew at the time because of Primetime Kitchen. And I said, look, man, at any time in my kid's life, I want him to have to make this choice at least once: a tank of gas, or a gallon of gas, or a gallon of milk. Like, I want him to have to make that decision because that builds resilience. I mean, that builds the idea of, okay, so now we have a real problem to work out because I want to eat.
Right.
And I got some cereal, but I also need to go to work. So, when you're faced with those decisions, you do make you make things work somehow, some way.
Yeah, it's just like prior to losing my gig in 2009 during the Great Recession, I would say things like, oh, God, I could never imagine doing my own hair.
Oh, yeah.
Out of the color of the box or not getting my nails done.
Oh, yeah, man.
Hello.
Number 3. Mom said it was a single mom, had to work 2 jobs. Second job was a graveyard shift.
Yep.
And you would never, ever tell anybody that your mom worked graveyard because
you're a latchkey kid.
Yeah, you got left home alone.
You could be taken away.
So you had to be quiet about stuff
Yep.
like that.
You couldn't even. We weren't allowed to answer the phone or the door if it was during working hours and my mom wasn't home. That's how much of a difference it was when people found out that you were home alone under the age of 18.
Yeah.
It was like.
Now, I've never had to do. It was like what?
Well, I was going to say it was like wartime where you had to turn all the lights out in the house so the Germans flying overhead didn't know where to drop the bombs. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit like that.
I've never had to do this one, though, but it says if you're hungry, drink a tall glass of water before bed. Now, I've never gone to bed hungry. I never did that. We always had food of some way. You know, we always had something to eat. So I never really had to go without food.
I think that's just healthy. I mean,
what? No.
I don't know. You're ever so poor that you're just healthier? You just drink more water?
Probably, no. It's weird, though, because that food, it's actually the other way around.
Exactly, because the food is so bad.
The food is so bad. It's high in fat and stuff. And
I'm talking
sugar.
about having a glass of water
that's
before you
good.
go to bed.
Oh, yeah. Makes you feel full. So you don't get those pangs.
It's healthier than the stuff you're probably eating.
Oh, sure, for sure. They would walk into a busy McDonald's or Taco Bell and take as many sauces for their mom as possible so that you could have barbecue or sweet and sour chicken in them.
Or soup.
Right, or soup, right? Yeah, right.
We laugh so we do not cry.
It said here you would hide money or it would get quote-unquote borrowed for mom and dad. Don't get attached to anything because it could wind up in the pawn shop. Like if you like your VCR, it goes in, comes back out, goes in, goes. Now, we never had to pawn anything either.
No, we did
never
not
had to do
either.
that.
My mom just worked.
Now, here's the one that is for sure that I think a lot of modern children, like children today and their 8, 9, 10, 12, 13-year-olds could really, really adhere to. This would be one that they could. It doesn't matter if you don't like the food, the clothes, the shoes, the toys, etc. Take it, say thank you, and be appreciative. That for sure. You never, ever, ever complain if you don't have any money about anything. And you're the one not providing, you don't say a word. Oh, these shoes came from Walmart? Awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait to wear these to school and get picked on.
Although the hand-me-down clothes from siblings was,
Now, also,
cousins.
Jack, was that a thing for you guys? I mean, once you got something,
Not
you never
for
said a
him.
word about it.
Yes. Growing up, that was the expected behavior. I just wish my kids kind of dealing that. I remember one gift I got, and it was, I think, at Christmas time, and I kind of, I didn't say anything, but I kind of, rolled my eyes a little bit, and ironically, it was a Mr. Microphone that allowed you to talk on the radio. It would find a middle frequency.
Cool.
Well, at the time, I thought,
Fast forward.
this is cheesy. I don't need it. And then look at what I
Look at your career. Yeah.
Then you're DJ Jazzy Jack or something. What were you?
I had a grandmother who
Jack
crocheted
Flash.
me Barbie doll clothes, and I wasn't as appreciative as I probably should have been. Because I wanted the blow-up doll, Barbie doll furniture, and I'm like, what is this?
And that used to be the thing. My mom used to make clothes for my older sisters and stuff. And the Barbie stuff, that was all made.
Yeah, hella cheaper, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when the encyclopedia and an old washcloth became Barbie's bed.
Well, that's a bummer for you, Jack, because then you show up to third grade wearing a dress, and you're like, it's a hand-me-down.
I always said hand-me-downs were a bitch in my household.
Says here,
For reals.
If you use the oven during winter, when you're done, you got to leave it cracked so that the extra heat can warm the
Keep
house
the room
up.
warm.
That was actually one of the heaters. We had one heater at my grandmother's house, and to heat the other end of the house, we would just turn the oven on and open the oven up. Didn't have any effect on me whatsoever. Everything's fine. Here's one that is also very applicable. Keep your aspirations to yourself. Don't tell anyone in your household, your social strata about your plans to get out and make a better life because it will be met with downright bitterness and ridicule.
Yeah.
That is as true as it gets. That is a true trap in a lot of families and stuff when one person seems to want to go do something a little more.
And everyone else has got
everybody else just doesn't want to hear it or see it.
Stay with us.
They don't want to be reminded of it.
Be miserable. Misery loves company.
That's where my mom straight grand slams it. Because she's like, no, you got to get out. You got to go chase your dreams.
Oh, yeah.
You got to chase your stupid little dreams.
As long as your dreams are out there.
Yeah, as long as your dreams isn't in this house anymore. Because, she would have had me stay, but she was very passionate about, okay, you're 18, you graduated high school, now do what I did and what she thought what you're supposed to do, and go live a life. Go fail.
Right.
Go fail out there, because you're not going to really fail if you stay at home.
Right, yeah, because you always have a cushion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
Because it's limited.
Going back to what you're talking about, having a gallon of gas or a gallon of milk, well, you don't really get hit with that when you don't have to pay rent.
Right, yeah. It doesn't affect you the same way.
I don't think so.
Here's the other one. Going to the doctor wasn't an option unless your fever's like a sustained 105 or you have an exposed bone. And that's the truth. I had so many butterfly Band-Aids for really bad cuts in my life because we just didn't want to go to the hospital. Like I mean, even when I cut my hand open with a chainsaw, what did I do? I didn't go to the hospital because I just wasn't used to it. Yeah. And I've had medical insurance more than half of my life. The best you can get, I guess, or one of them.
Stuff we got?
Yeah, well,
not
used
so
to
much.
Be.
Yeah.
It used to be really good when we were with Humana, I believe.
Yeah.
And, man, I just never used it because I wasn't used to using it. We never went to the doctor. Except when I had appendicitis, I never remember ever going to the doctor. The dentist a couple times, but never to the doctor.
It's
I
weird.
do remember the doctor.
I went to the doctor, and this is my question to you guys. So sure, just humbly and all that, my mom worked a whole bunch, and she also made a fair amount of money doing a lot of golf lessons and then also working like at a froyo place at night. But I just remember her, and I hate to call her out, but just obtaining a lot of debt. Like right when I graduated was like, or I tapped out. Everything's maxed.
Right, yeah.
So it's weird. Like I remember the doctor, and I remember, a lot of fast food, a lot of takeout.
Yep.
But then it was always wrapped up with like, that's the meal for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Make that one last. Well, it's interesting because that was one of the other things they talked about is, well, take care of your stuff because it'll be the only one you have. That's a given. Here's the other one too: is add water to shampoo so it lasts longer. Done that.
Girl, I'll still do that.
Water to whole milk.
Oh yeah.
Because it make it last longer.
Hey, look, 2%.
How about this one? Air conditioning was only for company.
Air conditioning, what's that?
Yeah, well, in Wisconsin, you didn't have that, but here in Florida, you would only. But we didn't have AC in my grandmother's house. I had AC in our trailer, but not at my grandmother's house, where I spent most of the time.
My mom still gets mad at me, but this is true. When we lived in Green Bay, my parents had a window unit in their bedroom, and their bedroom only.
That's right.
So heat rises. So all of our bedrooms were on the second floor. And at night, my brother and I would go and stick our toes underneath the crack in the door to get a little bit of that cool AC in our toes. Mom's like, that's not true. We never had a window unit. It's like, yeah, you did.
That is great.
And you should have, because the explanation at the time was, we're the parents.
That's
we
right.
pay the electric bill.
You sweat.
That's
right.
We had in Jersey, we had the window unit in the master bedroom and also the one in the mother-in-law suite of where I guess literally my mother-in-law stayed.
Right.
So it was just those two rooms. The rest of the house, we had the attic fan. So you crank.
It pull air through the house through the windows.
You run the attic fan and it just draws it through the house. So you open up the windows and it brings air through the house.
Learned a very important lesson with my fireplace in an attic fan once.
Oh, really?
When I had a fire going, I turned the attic fan on, and it pulled air through the chimney and spread that fire out into my living room.
Ooh.
Oh, my God, you're kidding. I never knew that.
No, that was dumb.
Yeah.
I didn't do that anymore after that.
Right.
I learned quickly.
Lesson.
But it did. It sucked the fire out into the living room. I'm not kidding.
How did you remedy that?
We just grabbed it with the fire tongs and threw it all back in there after turning the fan off.
We hit it with a rare combination of water and milk.
Do not answer the phone. Do not answer the door. If anybody's looking through the window, act like you're not there because chances are it's a bill collector. Don't talk to anybody about being poor because it shames the family.
Right.
You just always make up excuses of why you can or something else like that or why you don't have. You never, ever, ever, ever say you don't have money.
I mean, that goes away, though, if you ever get onto a radio show.
This is sad, though. This is sad. This one just texted to us at 77031. Eating cereal with a fork to save the milk for your brothers.
Oh, you know what? Mark Marrow used to tell a story about that. They would have to share a spoon or something.
See, and like I'm looking back at my childhood memories of what I ate. I don't know if I was just broke that month,
well, help me with it. I'll tell you.
or I was just really weird.
Because there's certain foods that tell you you're poor. Because bologna sandwiches are a dead giveaway.
Tuna casserole.
Tuna casserole is a dead giveaway.
Oh, okay.
Ramen noodles.
Ramen noodles are a dead giveaway. Spaghetti.
And in my family, of course, being that my mother's from Colombia, beans and rice. You can't get a more perfect meal on the planet that's cheaper than $2. You get a pound of beans and a pound of rice, and you make that bad boy last.
That's right. Get a little piece of ham and throw in there for some flavor.
Hey, don't get all fancy. Company's not coming over. You get beans and rice.
So we're lucky to eat out at all. To this day, I hate ordering appetizers because it feels like it's just so much more than you really quote unquote need.
Oh, you're missing out. Well, potato skins.
Says here, keep your hair brushed, your clothes clean, and be articulate and polite. That way it would throw off the scent that anybody would know that you and your family are struggling.
Straight from the Bible.
Yeah.
That's from the Bible?
The Bible. It does talk about keeping your face clean and your clothes clean so that people don't stand on the corner proselytizing and praying to God and making a big show of it. You should always keep your good deeds under the radar. People shouldn't be able to tell what you're doing.
Hey, look at the Bible promoting hygiene.
Yeah. Who babysat the youngest kids?
The oldest.
That's right.
Who's going to pay a babysitter when you have older siblings?
If you're the older kid, trust me when I tell you, you're babysitting for free.
Come on, Jack.
100% of the time. And I didn't even realize at the time how much that, she had to be, because my mom was working full time.
Right.
So there was no adult. My sister's 4 years older than me. And then there was one 2 years older, and everyone above her had already moved out.
And I also hear that, and because Chase definitely babysat me a couple times, but we also had a babysitter for a little bit.
Did you?
Because we were both really young. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Yvette. Rest in peace, because she was old when I met her.
Oh, really? That's good.
So she's not around. But I also think that's also just like a responsible financial move, right?
Yeah. Yeah, sure it is. Yeah. A couple other here before we get out of here.
That's what I call it, Ross.
And get to trivia. It says, if your neighbors were in need, you helped them, regardless of what it was, because you always wanted that in the bank for you if you needed help.
Spiritual currency.
Right, exactly. Let's see here. Turn off all the lights behind you.
What, were you raised in a barn?
Take quick showers. Recycle. You learn to keep things cheap as possible.
Now you know why I have a baggie of twist ties.
I got you beat on quick showers. How about none?
No shower.
Yeah, that was me when I was a kid.
All right.
I wasn't a Bible guy. I wasn't really good at hygiene. I wasn't good at that. I was disgusting.
When do you get a job if you're poor?
15.
That's right.
As soon as you can work.
That's right. When you get a job when you're 15 and it becomes
they call it
more
your working papers or something. You had to get something.
You work for a sub shop that says, "Oh, we didn't know you were 15, so we're going to let you go right before payday and not pay you."
That's exactly it. It says you get a job when you're 15 and it becomes more important than high school.
Yep.
Oh, I had one at 13 because you had the paper route. You could do a paper route then.
12, right? You could do the 12.
12 is lawn cutting.
And lastly here, not being able to wash your clothes until you could do a full, and I mean full machine.
Yeah.
Getting a stain on a fresh shirt is just tough luck. You're going to have to figure that out in the sink because you're not washing a load of clothes.
Well, because you also couldn't do the laundry at home. That meant loading up all the laundry baskets, making sure you had enough quarters and powdered soap and whatever, and then go spend the next 4 or 5 hours at the laundromat.
Oh, that sucks. I've done that 100 times.
Oh.
All right, 407-916-1041. Load them up. Let's do trivia.
We have a prize. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO moving.com.
This is Rob Parker. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by the Central Florida International Auto Show.
Lincoln Riley's headed to L.A., and as big as this is for USC, it's even bigger for college football. There are major markets and millions of eyeballs on the West Coast. USC had to take a big swing. Now they get recruiting and relevance back in their corner. Is the Pac-12 an easier route for Lincoln Riley than the SEC? Yeah, of course it is. Sometimes the easy way is just smarter. I'm Colin Cowherd.
The Central Florida International Auto Show is at the Convention Center the 3rd through the 5th. It's Florida's biggest auto show. Over 500 new vehicles to see. Take test drives right at the show. See classics, exotics, race cars, and more. Discount tickets at OrlandoAutoShow.com.
Man, a new bathroom is certainly in the stars for you. Rebath of Mid-Florida can do that for you, and you're dealing with a national company here. That means standards, policies, and procedures to make sure you get the job handled professionally and to completion on the time. And look, we're talking 4 to 6 days, by the way, and that's a complete bathroom renovation. These guys have it down to a science with great employees. I've been with them for 8 to 10 years, incredible products and great designs as well. And to really understand what Rebath is all about, you got to go to their showroom. 436 up in Altamont, right across from Kobe. Very easy to find. See these beautiful sheets of natural stone, marble, travertine, all these beautiful colors, perfect for you. And bathroom remodeling is all they do. It's their entire focus, from a shower and bathtub enclosures to a simple shower tub conversion to a full-blown bathroom remodel and demo. They do it all, and this is not cookie-cutter bathrooms. No one size fits all. They're all custom bathrooms. You work hand in hand with the design team to come up with what looks good for you, really complement your property. They can do that for you. And if you have one of those terrible garden tubs that was around forever, you're not using anymore, they can turn that space into a magical bathroom. All you have to do is hop online at rebathmidfla.com. Look at those before and afters, man. That could happen for you. Just book your appointment today. Again, it's rebathmidfla.com.
Take command of the road from behind the wheel of your very own Nation's truck. Ford, Chevy, Dodge, Ram, and GMC, Nation's Trucks has got them all, and with approved credit, you'll take advantage of interest rates as low as 1.99% and make no payments till March of next year. Start driving the truck that you deserve. Visit nationstrucks.com today.
Find out just how much you can save on your monthly mortgage payments at rpfunding.com. I'm Robert Palmer, and I want to help you save thousands by refinancing your home loan and letting me pay your closing costs. Rates this low can't last forever, so lock in today. NMLS 70168, Equal Housing.
Don't miss the 28th Annual Mount Dora Christmas Walk, Friday, December 3rd. Free family-friendly street party and festive downtown Mount Dora, featuring live music, dancing, holiday entertainment, Christmas list shopping, and even Santa in Sunset Park next to the 40-foot Christmas tree. 6 to 9 p.m. For details, contact the Mount Dora Chamber of Commerce or visit mountdora.com. It'll be a merry Mount Dora. December 3rd at 6 p.m. at the 28th Annual Mount Dora Christmas Walk. Brought to you in part by Visit Lake, Advent Health, T-Mobile, Duke Energy, and Waterman Village.
What's all the buzz about nasal irrigation and navage? And should I try it? Here's the science. Airborne germs invade through your nose. It's the body's air filter for trapping allergens and viruses. When your nose gets clogged, it's less effective and germs multiply. Eventually, your immune system can get overwhelmed and you get sick. Nasal irrigation is an effective, all-natural way to clean your nose. It's not a drug. It's more like plumbing. Saline goes in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and germs. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. It's the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage pulls out the bad stuff so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. At Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart. Or go to Navage.com for a free gift with purchase. Over 2 million sold. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Unjoke your sleep at Mattress Firm's Cyber Week sale and wake up a better you. Shop in-store or online and save up to $500 when you get a king bed for the price of a queen or a queen for a twin. Plus, get a free adjustable base with qualifying Sealy purchase up to a $499 value. Or save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America. And you can shop with confidence thanks to our low price guarantee. Unjunk your sleep, only at Mattress Firm. Offer valid with qualifying purchase. Restrictions apply. See details at mattressfirm.com.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
New school, new job, new home. Change is hard and can leave you feeling isolated. And divorce delivers one of life's hardest blows. The relationships you counted on are suddenly gone. But you don't have to walk through this alone. Call Cordell & Cordell. You're not alone.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
You have homeowners insurance for a good reason, because without it, a fire, flood, or burglary could destroy you financially. But there's another major crime your homeowner's policy does not cover. It's called home title fraud. The FBI calls title fraud one of the fastest growing crimes, and it can ruin you financially, which is why you need Home Title Lock. Title fraud happens when a criminal forges your signature on documents stating you sold your home to him. Then he takes out loans against your home and leaves you with the payments. You'll spend a fortune in legal fees trying to prove you did not commit fraud. Home Title Lock puts a barrier around your home's title. The instant they detect anyone, from a cyber thief to a renter to a relative, trying to forge their way onto your home's title, they help shut it down. Go to HomeTitleLock.com and register your address to see if you're already a victim. and enter RADIO for 30 days of free protection. That's code RADIO at HomeTitleLock.com.
Now that we've all quit Facebook and started talking to each other again. What's that? Nobody's quit Facebook? Facebook.com/RealRadioOrlando. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. This is the Jim Colbert Show. Also available on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Just search The Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. The Jim Colbert Show seasonings are for sale right now at JimColbertLive.com. If you want to get those and have them shipped to you, we're going to do that for you. Shipping times are nominal. I mean, it's going to be as soon as we get the order, we're going to send it right out. We have orders that came in today. They will go out tomorrow in the mail, so you'll be getting those soon. If you'd like to do the same thing, steak, shake, divine swine, ripping chicken, all available right now. Buy the set, $32. We'll send it to you wherever you are in the continental U.S., and you're all done. It's a great Christmas gift for somebody who listens to the show or just somebody who likes to cook, because they're all damn good products.
Yeah, they are. And they
believe in
don't
them.
have to go with what they're labeled for. You were talking last week about how people are using the steak shake on pork and loving it.
I've got a tenderloin right now that I cooked last night that I used a steak shake on. It's amazing.
And
it is absolutely amazing.
Popcorn.
I was just going to ask you, Jack, which was that? Because I was telling my mom and Chris about you using one of the spices on the popcorn, and you said it was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Was it divine swine or ripping chicken?
I think I texted Jimmy. I'm like, which one would be best for popcorn? And then I realized, damn, if I want a response, I should have texted Tori.
Right.
So
Did you use the chicken one?
I made a choice, and I used the pork one.
Oh, the divine swine.
And then Jimmy texted back. He said, try this steak.
I would see, the steak is a good one, but the steak has a lot of pepper in it, which is kind of weird. But I'm telling you, the chicken one would be great because it's a little saltier.
I'll try that next time.
JimColbertLive.com. You'll see the banner right there. Click and his Venmo. It's easy. When you Venmo over, send your address, and we'll send it right out to you. And hope you grab one because it's a good product, and we're proud of it for sure. All right, welcome back. I am Jim. Deb and Jack are here. Let's find out what's in the sauce jar.
All aboard! With a small gurgly voice, all aboard right here. Let me see your tickets right here. Yeah, let's step on aboard. Choo-choo. I have a wonderful pair to go see. A pair of tickets to go see the man, the myth, the legend possibly say, I know Kung Fu. That's right. Tickets to go see The Matrix on December 7th at the AMC Altamont 18 at 7 p.m. for the first time ever. The Matrix comes to IMAX. And theaters on December 7th and 8th only. Get your tickets now to see the film that started it all from visionary filmmakers, the Wachowski sisters, and starring Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss as Neo and Trinity. Cannot wait. Jim, are you a red pill or a blue pill guy?
I'm a blue pill guy.
That's not the right answer.
I don't know, man. I'm just saying. I don't know. What's that mean? I don't even know what it means.
Well, one keeps you in the Matrix and one allows you to step outside.
I'm a red pill guy then.
What's in the Matrix?
I want to go outside.
I don't know. I think if he
He's a blue pill guy.
He might be a blue pill
He's
guy.
a blue pill guy. I don't like change.
I think he likes what he's got.
Yeah, I'm
I think
good.
he
Is that what I'm
he
doing?
doesn't care if it's real.
Oh, no. I'm a blue pill guy. I want to keep what I got.
I just watched this movie
Super
again
happy.
this past weekend. I was just like, man, I haven't seen this in a while, and I just
So
clicked
good.
on it. It is so good.
It is so
Yeah.
good. Yeah, that's
I also...
And is it the Wachowski brothers?
I think it's Wachowski.
Yeah, Wachowski brothers.
Wachowski.
Yeah.
Wachowski. I also have a $25 VIP tasting pass to the all-new Sicky's Garage Burgers and Brews going down in Kissimmee. That's right. It's a family-friendly restaurant inspired by that original vibe, surrounded by classic cars, trucks, and motorcycles. Another round of as well as a place to fuel up. Jim, that is your sauce jar. Get off my train. This sauce jar train has been brought to you by
Cento Family Moving and Storage. Go local and support a family-owned and operated Orlando moving and storage company. Better yet, mention the Jim Colbert Show. You'll get a discount. So easy to book them today at centomoving.com. That's C-E-N-T-O moving.com. Jim, back to you.
Thanks, Deb. I appreciate that. Ross, who is first today, my friend?
It is my mother's name. Let's welcome Kathy.
It's biblical.
Kathy, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Want to play a little game with us?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Game show.
All right, Kathy, this is a very easy game. I have a question here for you. 4 answers. One of them isn't true. It's a lie. If you can find it, I will send you to the sauce jar. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. On this day in 1955, that's 1955, comedian, actor, voice actor,
Steve Martin,
writer, television host, and judge. A stone cold weirdo. And I can say that because I've met him.
Oh, it's not Jay Leno.
Bushy hair. He's got a thing for latex gloves.
Howie Mandel.
Howie Mandel is the answer. On this day, Howie Mandel was born. Here are 3 fun facts about Howie, and 1 lie you'll have to disinfect before he gets near it.
Yeah, he's a germaphobe.
Number 1, he's ambidextrous and can write perfectly with both hands simultaneously. Number 2, he met his wife Terry at a YMCA when he was just 12 years old. They've been married for 41 years. Number 3, he's colorblind. And lastly, the TV in his house stays on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Which one of those is a lie?
He's colorblind.
No, he is actually colorblind. That's absolutely true. Howie Mandel is colorblind, yeah. For sure. Ross, who's next?
Let's welcome Patty.
Patty, how are you?
I'm good, Jim. How are you?
I am very well. Thanks for asking. All right, we're talking about Howie Mandel today. Find the lie for me. Number 1, he's ambidextrous and can write perfectly with both hands simultaneously. Number 2, he met his wife Terry at a YMCA when he was just 12 years old. They've been married for 41 years. And then lastly, the TVs in his house stay on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
I'm going to say the TV.
No, that's true.
What?
And I'm telling you, that's why this guy, I'm telling you, I met him years ago. He's a sweet guy, but he is really odd. He's an odd bird. But you can't, and the thing is, you don't even know he's odd. He's just odd. But he's so alarmingly nice, Canadian nice, that you can't, you don't really think about it. You don't hold it against him. But he's a weirdo, for sure. Who's next?
Let's welcome Tom.
Tom, how you doing, buddy?
Hey guys, welcome back.
Well, good to be.
I even listen to the best stuff because you're part of my day so much.
Well, thank you, buddy.
Cool,
Jack put
thank
together
you.
a great collection of some of the best stuff we put on the air.
Well, let me put the sugar water in the sauce jar.
Yeah,
here.
you got a what?
No, just I thought he might like it.
All right, here we go. Howie Mandel. Number 1, he's ambidextrous and can write perfectly with both hands simultaneously. Or number 2, he met his wife Terry at a YMCA when they were just 12 years old, and they've been married for 41 years.
Yeah, but ambidextrous, the first one.
Yeah, first one is the answer, buddy. You're a winner.
Boom!
Hey! All right, buddy. Well, thanks, buddy. I appreciate you playing. Thanks, Tom, and enjoy your prize here from the
Magic Sugar Water.
Yeah, the ambidextrous thing is not true. He did meet his wife Terry at a YMCA when he was just 12 years old. Been
How old
together
was
ever
she?
since. Yeah.
I mean, that's the question.
I think they were the same age.
I hope.
Remember when I ignored him?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah. Man, I was at the Improv. I get off stage, and I'm not gonna lie, Deb. I had a fun set, real fun set. I got off stage, and I was like, fist pumping. And I walked by, and some guy goes, "Hey, great set." And I didn't even look at him. I was like, "No one even talk to me right now. I'm on
I'm
one."
on fire.
And then it was Howie Mandel. And then he went up on stage right after me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did he have a good set?
He did.
Yeah. He's standing. Obviously, he considers himself still a stand-up. Really, with all of his other things, he's written books, he's hosted shows, and I mean, he's really a stand-up. That's what he does.
He still is performing stand-up comedy. He's done a lot of cool appearances that really still keeps him rooted in that stand-up comedy scene.
You can respect that.
A couple other things before we get to Ross' thoughts. He's Canadian. We all know that, right? He was expelled from high school for bad behavior. He was just a class clown and constantly was in trouble. ADHD, couldn't pay attention.
Well, he's going to amount to nothing.
Right, exactly. His favorite artist is music. Favorite artist is, her name has been mentioned today.
Celine Dion. Ross?
Rihanna. Rihanna is his
Howie
favorite
Mandel?
artist. Yeah.
Okay.
And here's one that's crazy. I don't know if we can do any research on this because I did not. He's kind of credited for making the fist bump a handshake. Because I remember we met him in 1993 or 4, right? And he was still a big deal, but he was just coming out of that 80s Caroline Comedy Hour scene and just kind of the Bobby's World. All of that was just starting to happen with Howie when we met him. And he was the first person I went to shake his hand, and he fist bumped us instead.
Because he's a huge germaphobe.
They call it a meso. I don't know. It's a mesophobic or something like that. He's terrified of germs. He actually says one of his favorite gifts of all time was a full-blown hazmat suit that he was gifted after COVID-19 broke, where he could wear it around. He said that's the safest he's ever felt.
Yeah, COVID must have sucked for him.
Yeah, it was terrible. And the thing is, even when he would do the handshake, he would make eye contact with you and say, and just like, hey, we do this here. He wasn't a dick about it. He didn't make it a scene.
Right.
He just, this is how I do it. And it was really cool, but a little odd. But there are a couple arguments saying that Howie may have started that entire trend. Yeah, Jack.
So you were speaking about his stand-up. You can actually see it in person because Howie Mandel is coming to the Hard Rock Live in Orlando on March 9th of 2022.
That's awesome. And I just found out today, I know this was in the works, starting tomorrow, we're giving away Eagles tickets every day.
What?
Every day this week, we're giving away Eagles tickets. I don't even know when the show is.
The Eagle giving out Eagle tickets?
Screech!
Oh, yeah, it's happening February 24th,
That's right.
2022.
We'll have your tickets right here. So if you love the Eagles, stay tuned to the Jim Colbert Show. We will have chances for you to win tickets during live trivia for sure. We'll be back in a second with Ross Thoughts. What's coming up, buddy?
Jim, you remember when I told you we're making pizzas?
Yes.
I'll give you an update.
Okay. Oh.
No.
Saving our love and affection for the completely unattainable. Dear Scarlett Johansson. Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center. Car crash? Call Clausman Law.
A stop-and-go ride continues south on 429 between Sinclair Road and I-4, and we're seeing heavy delays too eastbound on I-4 between Sand Lake Road and Kirkman Road, and also between Conroy Road up to Ivanhoe Boulevard. Westbound still a busy ride between Sand Lake Road and Central Florida Parkway, and we're still seeing those slowdowns south on the Turnpike between the Beach Line and Osceola Parkway as well. See traffic problems? Call the traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by the Central Florida International Auto Show.
The Central Florida International Auto Show is at the Convention Center the 3rd through the 5th. It's Florida's biggest auto show. Over 500 new vehicles to see. Check out Luxury Row. See the new electric vehicles. Discount tickets at OrlandoAutoShow.com.
The cups with Tuesday coffee. Wah, wah, la, 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 la. Get the app and get free coffee. Wah, wah, la, 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 la.
This holiday season, Wawa Rewards members get any size coffee free on Tuesdays, including Wawa's warm and inviting holiday blend hot coffee or handcrafted peppermint mocha iced coffee. Get the Wawa app, sign up for rewards, and get free coffee Tuesdays. Happy holidays start at
Wah, wah, la, 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 wah, wah.
It's time for Smooth Morning Hacks with Marvin.
To save time in the morning, brush your teeth in the shower.
Or you could just wake up to your favorites at Wawa. From fresh coffee to delicious baked goods to savory sizzlies, Wawa has the things to ensure your morning goes smoothly. And right now, you can get any Sizzly breakfast sandwich or Sizzly burrito, now just 2 for $4. Good mornings start at Wawa.
If you love trivia, if you love the hugely popular Stuff You Should Know podcast, then the Trivial Pursuit game, Stuff You Should Know edition is for you. With 600 questions, weird and unbelievable trivia in categories like myths, legends, and conspiracies. SYSK selects a mix of topics handpicked by podcast hosts Josh and Chuck. Give the gift of trivia this holiday. Find Trivial Pursuit, the Stuff You Should Know edition at your favorite retailer or wherever you shop for board games.
Marty, I am the ghost of rewards past, here to show you all the cash back you could have earned on your holiday purchases.
But I get up to 1.75% cash back on all my purchases.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I have a Navy Federal Credit Union cash rewards card.
Well, cool. Happy holidays.
Learn how you can slay the season with the cash rewards card at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
When you owe the IRS or state sales tax and can't pay, call J. David Tax Law for effective tax help. J. David Tax Law can stop IRS or state collection actions and protect you from financial ruin. Call J. David Tax Law for a no-cost consultation at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962 or at jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Hey, Gator Nation, Brandon Kravitz here. T-Mobile and iHeartRadio have teamed up to give you the ultimate tailgate experience. Stop by the T-Mobile store at 7332 West Colonial Drive in Orlando. Come out on Friday, December 3rd from 4 to 6 p.m. and enter for your chance to win the ultimate tailgate package. No purchase necessary. Must be 18 or over. Void where prohibited.
Hey, Orlando remodeling pros. Start estimating faster and win more jobs with Houzz Pro software. That's Houzz Pro. With Houzz Pro, you can create and send professional estimates in just minutes from the office or the field. Local labor and material costs are included to help you stay competitive. Plus, invoicing and online payments are built right in. So go to Houzz Pro, that's Houzz Pro, online or in the App Store, and sign up for free today.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
New school, new job, new home. Change is hard and can leave you feeling isolated. And divorce delivers one of life's hardest blows. The relationships you counted on are suddenly gone. But you don't have to walk through this alone. Call Cordell & Cordell. You're not alone.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
Gatorland's holiday ho-ho-ho down. Gatorland.com for details.
This hour of programming brought to you in part by FAS Windows and Doors.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the personal injury law firm of Kaufman and Lynch studio. Car accidents, other injuries? Call pound 546 from your cell or visit whenyouneedus.com. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now number 1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station. You're listening to the Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio. Real Radio. 104.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. You can always text us at 77031. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here along with Jack. Let's get some Ross thoughts.
It's weird.
Good to be back.
It's funny.
All turkeyed up.
Sometimes it's Ross. Spelled like sauce.
Is that completely necessary?
It's Ross Thoughts.
I thought I nailed it.
You did nail it.
That was a good turkey.
It was good. Good job.
But that's not what stole the show for my Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you were turkey-free Thanksgiving, actually.
Well, I was actually woefully incorrect. We did have turkey breast.
Oh, yeah, because you had the big old expensive one.
Yeah, we had a really nice, big, expensive turkey, and then we also made turkey sandwiches afterwards. But I told you guys that I thought I was eating pizza on Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It was actually the day before.
Oh, it was.
It was the day before.
Oh, that's a good day to eat pizza.
Great day to eat pizza.
One of the best days, I'd say.
And it was a pizza off.
Okay.
You guys,
a competition.
Yeah, because you guys made it there at the house. Who made you just guys bought some dough?
Yeah, so I think they all made the dough the night before.
Okay, that's right.
So a lot of flour.
Mm-hmm.
Flour. Yeah, you need flour to make pizza dough.
You do.
And there was tons of pizza dough and a lot of flour, and it was powdery, and it looked like someone needed to go to an intervention.
Right, yeah.
Because there's a lot of white powder over everyone. It was super fun.
Like an 80s movie set.
And I grossly underestimated how serious this thing was getting. Everyone wanted to win. We saw the prizes. There was prizes, Jim.
Okay, so maybe I misunderstood. So you guys were making pizza for everybody to have a slice, and you're doing like a contest?
Yes.
I thought you were just making your own pizza.
No.
I got it now. That sounds fun, actually.
And
I
now
like competition.
it smells like a family tradition.
Mm-hmm. I am all about this.
Yeah, you like this, right?
We can do this in the show.
We should definitely do this because I think I have an advantage. It's called like a I know. I scream, you scream. What's the pizza oven?
I don't know. It sounds like a high school cheer.
Yeah, it's
uni.
Edamame.
How many unis did you guys have?
Just one.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
It
doesn't matter though. It cooks it in like 90 seconds, right?
Exactly. I couldn't get over that. The thing gets like 900 degrees up in this thing. I'm terrified to touch it. I don't even like using a normal conventional oven.
This thing is glowing.
This thing is real hot. We go ahead.
And they're pretty small, too, right?
They are small.
Yeah,
they're not indoors.
They can't keep these things in stock, by the way. They are selling like crazy.
Super cool.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sold.
It's like $350, too.
But all of a sudden, I see my brother and my sister-in-law, they're taking it mad serious.
Okay.
They're grilling chicken. There's a pesto sauce over there.
Whoa.
I look over at my nephews. They're really small. They're like 5 or 6, so it's just lots of meat.
Right, yeah.
And everyone had to pretend to like them. Theirs. We like the kids. Just their pizza. Whoops.
That's an odd Freudian slip.
Yeah. Also, then I see my mom, and she's like, I guess it's a calzone now. I don't know what I'm doing.
She was as confused as she was when you were a kid.
Yeah. She's basically looking at the pizza like she was raising me. Like, I am so confused.
I really messed this one up. The first one got out alive. This one, however, looks like a stromboli.
And I look at Olivia, and I'm like, all right, we'll see. She goes, what do you have in store? What are you planning? I went, what are you planning?
Yeah, because you can't use cheese.
What are we going to use?
Yeah,
what are we doing?
Well, you have tomato sauce, but you have veg. I mean, you can do a white, like a Blanca.
How about a Blanca?
Yeah.
How about this? U-turn. She does use real cheese.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's a big step for her.
Yeah. She's a super vegan 10+ years, but she also wants to win.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
My girl showed up wearing red like Tiger on Sunday. She wants to win. The prizes was like 4th place was like a $25 gift card. 3rd place was a $50 gift card. 2nd place was like this super awesome Italian candle that was like real nice. I didn't think candles could be that nice. This thing, I wish I could have wore it as a necklace.
More than the $50 gift card?
More than the $50 gift card, dude.
Oh, what was first prize?
A Cadillac.
First prize was an apron.
Oh, but what did it say?
Weirdo. Spelled DOUGH.
Oh.
And everybody, for some odd reason, wanted that apron.
Oh, yeah.
So bad.
Oh, yeah.
They wanted to crack open the family tradition with a W.
That's the family trophy now.
That's the family trophy.
That thing will go home with the winner and will not resurface until the next year.
Exactly.
I think I would have laid up the shot and taken 3rd.
Oh, Jack. Some people felt that way, too. Some people felt that way.
Really? Do we know these some people?
I can't wait to find out what you won.
But not my girl.
Not your girl.
She saw the apron and she was like, I'm gonna make a damn good impression here. I'm gonna kill it, and I'm gonna win that apron. I'm thinking, oh great, she has an idea.
Because I do not.
I showed up going like, throw cheese, red sauce.
Let's go.
Let's say, and then we'll cook it a little bit longer so it's well done. We'll differentiate. She goes, and this is what I wanted to throw at. This is why I brought it up. Tell me how good this sounds to you, Jim. No red sauce.
Okay.
No tomato sauce. I thought that was one of the
Bold
commandments.
move.
You
Bold
lost.
move.
You lost, Jack.
You can use bechamel.
No.
There it comes again.
Everyone is using red sauce.
Okay.
And as soon as Olivia sees that, she fist pumps and goes, yes, we're going to stick out.
But just because you choose not to use red sauce doesn't mean your pizza is going to stand out.
And like, she's so into this, she's talking through her teeth.
Oh,
Come
she's
on,
like, let's go.
get the cheese. Like, we're like, it's an operation. Like,
Right.
you know.
So what else is on this? I mean, so you have a white sauce, I assume?
Dog.
Or pesto.
No sauce.
Wait, what is this, teams?
This is teams. So it was me and Olivia on the same team.
You were together. I thought you were paired with someone else. All right.
We were together.
Okay.
It ended up being me and Olivia.
Nice.
My mom and like a 7-year-old, I believe, which was like
the same. It's the same.
I think my mom just started a food fight
Right,
with
yeah.
a kid halfway through. And my brother and my sister-in-law, his wife, she grabs the dough. We start thinning it out.
Okay.
I make a hole. She hits me. I goofed up.
Right, yeah.
Restart.
Right, peel it over, seal it up.
I've
off
never
it.
made a pizza before. I have no idea. I go ahead.
You're
I
offending Jack's Jersey sensibilities.
I know. I'm so sorry, Jack. I tried to go ahead and like spin. You know, like what?
no.
What? I thought that's what you did.
You don't strike me as a spinner.
I spun.
You don't strike me as a spinner.
I spun, and it didn't work. It didn't work. Because I spun it and then I caught it like...
You're supposed to use the back of your hands, right? I mean, you kind of do...
How do you do it? How do you spin the pizza, Jack?
Yeah,
like that.
Like
You're
that, yeah.
spreading your fingers apart like
Right.
that. And you're also pulling your hands
Yeah,
apart.
yeah, you're
and
like,
then you...
I was just
you have to have-
throwing it, dude.
No, plenty of flour.
Listen to the Jersey boy who spun his own pizza.
And then you got to let the weight of the pizza on one side, and you kind of work the dough so that around the edges, so it kind of.
No idea. I was just trying to get it some airtime.
So now you have a holy pizza dough and no red sauce.
So then we had to fix the dough.
Okay. So what's your sauce?
My sauce was just olive oil.
Okay, that's fine, I guess.
We used the olive oil.
Garlic?
Yeah, there was, I believe, some garlic in there, right? Some olive oil, garlic. And then there was cheese.
Okay.
Arugula.
Okay.
Fig.
Oh, that's not bad.
Balsamic reduction.
Just a little of that,
a little bit, a little
Don't need all
dressing, little dance move on top of the pizza.
Any basil in there, anything? No basil?
Not that I'm
the
aware of.
The arugula was just the green. That actually sounds pretty darn good, buddy.
It was perfect. It came out of the oven. We had a low and slow cook. Nailed it. We're trying everyone's pizzas, and the red sauce trap that my fiance saw, the reason why she was talking like this, she was like, yes, everyone's using red sauce. We're sticking out. We're going to be different.
Did you get the apron?
Everyone tries the pizza. They announce fourth, third, second. They go in our first place for the first annual Christmas or Thanksgiving pizza competition is Olivia and Ross.
Wow.
And Olivia looked at me and she didn't like celebrate like, yeah. She was like, I'm going to get them next year too.
Oh, really? She's already thinking about next year.
She was on top of it. And everyone looked at my fiance and went, oh my God, who brought the smoke show? And I was like, me.
Me, buddy.
Me.
That's my smoke show.
And I tried to take credit. I was like, I had the idea for the figs. And I was interrupted by Olivia going, no, that was me.
Right, yeah.
I want all of my flowers. She got the apron. The pizza competition for Thanksgiving, someone else do it. It was so much fun.
Why don't you get the apron?
Well, it was her idea.
It was her.
It was a team effort.
But if it wasn't for me, she's not there.
Oh,
there you go.
That's
that's very Jim Colbert of you.
That's a team.
That's gonna get you alone.
That's
so
a team.
What I'm trying to say is,
lonely.
it was my idea for the figs.
Okay.
In your face, rest of family.
Okay.
I am the champion. Those are your Ross thoughts.
She hates you already.
I also thought of the arugula. I'm out.
Wow. Well, he's got to get props for the figs and the arugula.
I mean, they're not bad. I mean, that's a good combination.
That's out of the box thinking right there when it comes to pizza toppings.
Yeah, I know. I did. I thought it.
All right, because you eat so much Bruno, you think of that weird stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, 407-916-1041. You can text us at 77031. Back with Stephen Kramer right after this. Stay tuned.
In your face!
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7. It's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and SecuredRoofingAndRestoration.com. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Mikey, and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Huge diamond selection. Best prices.
A stop-and-go ride continues south on 429 between Sinclair Road and I-4. I-4 also slow between Sand Lake Road and Kirkman Road, and also between Princeton Street and Lee Road. We're seeing westbound delays, too, between World Drive to Osceola Polk Line Road. Southbound travel on the Turnpike busy between the Beach Line and Osceola Parkway, as well as eastbound on the Beach Line between Boggy Creek and Narcoossee Road. See traffic problems? Call the Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Nomi Health. Nomi Health is now providing same-day COVID-19 testing in Orlando. Quick and convenient drive-through testing is available with no out-of-pocket cost. To register and find the site near you, visit nomihealth.com/FL. That's nomihealth.com/FL. Get tested today with Nomi Health.
It's the holiday season, and the weather outside is delightful here in Central Florida. Makes you want to open your windows, especially if your windows come from FAS Windows and Doors. That was a big deal for me because several years ago, I replaced those single-pane aluminum frame windows that were in my home that was built in the 70s. What a difference windows from FAS Windows and Doors made. They improve the energy efficiency of my home, improve the curb appeal, help keep outside noise outside of the home. Plus, the security impact glass makes my home more secure. Plus, you even get UV protection for your carpet, drapes, furniture. It is a great product. They have a beautiful array of doors as well. You can check out their showroom. It's in Winter Park on Fairbanks, just off of I-4. It's FAS Windows and Doors, or you can simply find them online. It's FASWD.com.
It'll be a merry Mount Dora, December 3rd at 6 p.m. at the 28th Annual Mount Dora Christmas Walk. Brought to you in part by Visit Lake, Advent Health, T-Mobile, Duke Energy, and Waterman Village. For details, contact the Mount Dora Chamber of Commerce or visit mountdora.com.
More than 1 in 3 people will face cancer in their lifetime. Unfortunately, fear can stop you from getting your cancer screening, but it won't stop cancer. Early detection can save your life. Don't wait for symptoms to appear to act. Cancer screening is safe, effective, and accessible for everyone, including free or low-cost screening programs. Go to cancerscreeninfo.com right now for free screening resources and recommendations from the American Cancer Society. Don't wait. Early detection can save your life. Go to cancerscreeninfo.com today. cancerscreeninfo.com.
When it comes to power, trust the source. SolarSource.com.
You have homeowners insurance for a good reason, because without it, a fire, flood, or burglary could destroy you financially. But there's another major crime your homeowner's policy does not cover. It's called home title fraud. The FBI calls title fraud one of the fastest growing crimes, and it can ruin you financially, which is why you need Home Title Lock. Title fraud happens when a criminal forges your signature on documents stating you sold your home to him. Then he takes out loans against your home and leaves you with the payments. You'll spend a fortune in legal fees trying to prove you did not commit fraud. Home Title Lock puts a barrier around your home's title. The instant they detect anyone, from a cyber thief to a renter to a relative, trying to forge their way onto your home's title, they help shut it down. Go to HometitleLock.com and register your address to see if you're already a victim, and enter radio for 30 days of free protection. That's code radio at HometitleLock.com.
It's that time of year again, and the holidays are just around the corner. Right now is the best time to use your flexible or health savings account funds to treat yourself to the gift that keeps on giving. 20/20 Vision. Say goodbye to your glasses and your contacts with help from the Filatowski Eye Institute. They are the leaders in vision correction in Central Florida. Schedule your consultation today. Text 1041 to 868686. Again, schedule that consultation today. Simply text 1041 to 868686.
T-Mobile for Business supports small business owners during their busiest time of year. Switch now and we'll pay off your phone up to $1,000. You keep your phone and your number. Plus, get $200 in Facebook ads on us, so you can reach more customers and finish this year strong. Visit your T-Mobile store and make the switch today. Up to $1,000 via virtual prepaid card for eligible device payoff. Allow 15 days. Qualifying credit service port-in and timely redemption required. No cash access on card and expires in 6 months. Details at T-Mobile.com. Ads via virtual prepaid card when you port in a line with 2 plus more lines or have 3 existing lines.
I want to break free.
Ready to break free? Norwegian Cruise Line's greatest deal ever is here. Book today and enjoy 70% off the second guest. Plus, receive 7 free offers, including free open bar, free specialty dining, free air for second guests, and much more. Up to $4,250 in value. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Offer ends soon. Norwegian Cruise Line. Sail safe, feel free. Ships registry, the Bahamas and USA. Restrictions apply.
Are you suffering from chronic joint pain like Heather?
I have terrible arthritis and have had it for quite a while, and I've gone to all kinds of doctors trying to figure out what to do, and everybody just said surgery, and surgery was months of rehab, and I didn't want to do that.
But then Heather discovered QC Kinetics, local medical professionals who specialize in natural biologic treatments, non-invasive solutions designed to repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints. And she absolutely loves the results.
I like to tell anybody who's suffering that there are options that are not steroids, that are not surgery. You owe it to yourself to find out about QC Kinetics and find out what they can do for you.
No surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Discover QC Kinetics and learn more about natural biologic treatments with lasting results.
Call QC Kinetics, 689-244-7980. That's 689-244-7980. Don't wait. Call today. QC Kinetics, 689-244-7980.
I'm Charles. I got a bad back injury when the truck crashed into my car.
You know those lawyer ads. All they talk about are themselves and money, money, money. I wanted the best doctors for my back. I called attorney Glenn Clausman. He got me to really good doctors, and I'm doing great. Glenn was always available to talk to. He got me a great settlement and quicker than I thought possible. Car crash? Call Clausman at 407-917-1718. KLAUSMAN law.com.
Office, Winter Park.
Does your AC need attention? Visit millsair.com now. Since 1992, millsair.com.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch. Yeah, we like it when you watch. At The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. You can always text us at 77031. Welcome back on Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Every Monday around this time, we invite our good friend Stephen Kramer to drop by, onefirmforlife.com, offices up in Altamont Springs. Stephen, how you doing, buddy?
How you doing?
Good, man. How was your holiday, man? Everything good?
Fantastic.
Was
Wonderful.
it? Nice big dinner?
Big dinner. Felt good about taking advantage of those leftovers.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yes.
You get that.
Now, you guys, you have a cutoff date for your leftovers, right?
Monday.
3 days.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if you...
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's got to be gone by Monday. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Monday lunch.
I threw the balance threw the balance out last night. I ate it through the weekend, and everything that was left over got thrown out last night.
There are some people that are still eating it and will continue to eat it till like Thursday.
That's not good. 4 days
That is a
max.
bridge too far for me.
Yeah.
The ham is fine that long. The turkey is a little shaky for me. But we got rid of it. But after a while, it just doesn't taste any good anymore. You know, it just sits in the fridge for a while, but it's fine.
Not that desperate to eat turkey. They have excellent sliced turkey and turkey all over the place. So.
Yeah, for sure. During times like this, do you get a lot of... I know that do you do like emergency calls or something during Thanksgiving? Are you on call at all?
We don't really have too much that comes up over that holiday. Usually it's leading up to it. And that is very common, especially during the holidays.
Yeah, I would think that because that Wednesday is supposed to be one of the biggest party days of the year before Thanksgiving. And I didn't know if anybody would need your services after maybe going at it a little too hard.
What's really common around the holidays is people have custody disputes. They've got disputes about exchanges and parenting plans, and that comes up. But a lot of times they can see that kind of coming down the line, but that's very common during the holidays.
Yeah, for sure. I actually was talking to somebody today about a very story of that nature. Yeah, it gets really weird around there during. If you have a mixed family, it's difficult to negotiate that time for sure. So what's going on?
It's an emotional time too.
Oh, sure it is. Yeah, because all the family's around. Sometimes it's the only time of the year that the family can gather. So kids get to see aunts and uncles and maybe brothers and sisters they haven't seen in a while.
The holidays, you get people. Holidays are tough for a lot of people. They're stressful for a lot of people. They bring up memories if you lost loved ones. They're weird. A lot of people, people love them, and I think even people that love them sometimes have a tough time with them. So it plays a role in what happens.
Yeah, for sure it does. So there's a lot of stuff out there right now. I actually didn't contact you today to find out what you wanted to talk about, but the Jussie Smollett case is coming back up. We're looking at sentencing for Markeith Lloyd. There's all kinds of stuff out there happening. What do you want to talk about today?
I sent you one that I thought was kind of interesting. It's a little bit lighter than some of that other stuff.
That's okay.
It's a lawsuit with Quentin Tarantino over NFTs from the film Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, you know what? The funny thing is, I saw a TikTok video this weekend about the whole NFT thing, and it was a really interesting kind of breakdown. Jack loves it when
anything started with I saw a TikTok video.
Yeah, I just saw the video. It was the coolest thing about how you would. This guy says basically, how would I spend $20,000? And he basically talks about buying and selling NFTs and licensing them, and then selling them for a small amount of money, and then making it because you're making so many of them. And this is an interesting argument because that entire project is Quentin Tarantino. Wrote it, directed it, I'm sure helped cast it.
However, he was not the film studio that distributed it.
He was not.
That was Miramax. They had a huge role in it, and they owned the rights to the movie. And the issue is about what rights were reserved to Quentin Tarantino and what rights were reserved to Miramax.
So let me stop you right there, because I want to ask a quick question. This is a new technology. This is a new thing. NFTs weren't around when Pulp Fiction was written and directed and purchased by Miramax. How do you retroact something as unique as NFTs in the context of a contract that didn't even know what they were when it was written?
Well, so that's the $1 million question right there. And what you're talking about is a technology that before this year, only a handful of experts really understood what the idea of a non-fungible token is. And even now, many people have no idea what that actually means. They've heard NFT, they've heard non-fungible tokens, but they don't know what that means. So certainly when they drafted this contract back in the early 90s, this wasn't even on their radar of a possibility.
Stephen, don't the contract, doesn't the language usually have some vague statement like all rights reserved or something that just is an umbrella phrase that kind of covers any possible future use?
Yeah, let me tell you what, according to my contract, I can't even leave a phone message recording for a friend of mine and say I'm Jim Colbert without the company knowing about it supposedly knowing about it.
You got that right.
I can't even fart my name without them owning it.
That's a cool part.
Well, in a contract like this particular contract, that cuts both ways, because Tarantino did reserve certain rights. And that's what makes this a little bit more complicated. And you're right, Jack. I mean, a lot of times these studios, they understand that there are going to be new technologies. They understand there's going to be new formats, and they try to anticipate that. So if you're a record company, in the 1980s, you might anticipate that there's going to be something beyond vinyl, cassette tape, 8-track, CD, and effectively reserve the rights to other formats. But did you have the ability to foresee streaming?
No.
Right.
And in a situation like this, the studios didn't have the ability to anticipate something like this, so it presents a novel legal issue. And what the court has to determine is, well, what does the contract say effectively, given this particular situation? How do we interpret the way the contract was written? The interesting thing about it is that Tarantino is selling NFTs for single scenes within Pulp Fiction, and the NFT includes personalized audio commentary from Tarantino. And he says basically the owner has the freedom of choosing between 1, keeping the secret to himself for all eternity, 2, share the secrets with a few trusted loved ones, or 3, sharing the secrets publicly with the world. That's what Tarantino's offering for sale.
Those are all the choices.
That's right. Those are the choices that Tarantino's offering to the buyer. They effectively get that NFT. Now, what happens is, they get a hash, right? And that hash is basically a code, and it links to an internet address, and then it will display a copy of the image from the screenplay, and that's really what Tarantino is offering. But again, nothing from the early 1990s would have given anybody the idea that this could even exist.
Will most of these decisions kind of weigh on the side of the studio, simply because there's no knowledge of that happening? Because it would seem to me,
why not on the artist?
Well, because the deal was signed for the artist to give up the rights of the artist gave up the rights to the material, though. In
this particular situation. So what's interesting is that in this contract, Tarantino explicitly reserves certain rights. And one of those rights is the right to, quote, print publication, including without limitation screenplay publication, the making of comic books, novelizations, and whether they're in audio or electronic format. I think he also reserved the rights to do a stage play, and I think he reserves certain merchandising rights as well.
Right.
But the relevant right here is specifically rights to the screenplay and the ability to print the screenplay. And the argument that Tarantino is going to make is he's offering NFTs of the screenplay
that he wrote.
that he wrote,
and
that
the
he
meaning,
reserved rights to.
And it's the meaning is really his thought behind it, so that's exclusively his.
And did the movie they bought?
That's right.
But they bought the movie edition of the screenplay. Did they buy the screenplay as well, or are those two separate items? I mean, because what they're doing is they're buying the idea that's on the paper, right? I mean,
but what Tarantino reserved was the right to publish the screenplay and the right to do comic books, novelizations, books as applicable. Right. So he reserved certain rights relating to the screenplay. What he's offering here, I believe, is his original handwritten notes within the screenplay. So his argument is this falls well within my rights under this contract. And the other thing that's going to matter here is who drafted the contracts. And you better bet your butt that Miramax drafted this contract. Their attorneys drafted it, and Tarantino's probably reviewed it and then gave comments, and then they, came up with the final product. And the reason that matters is the way that contracts law works is when there's vagueness, when there's some ambiguity, it is construed against the drafting party.
Oh, wow, really?
Ooh, right. I did not know that.
Wow.
So that matters in a big way, meaning if you do a bad job drafting it, well, it's kind of like cutting the sandwich. You cut the sandwich, I pick the half.
Right, yeah.
Jim, you might be able to
find here. You drafted the contract. If there's an ambiguity and there's a coin flip on it, it goes to me. You did the drafting.
Let me ask. So this is an important case because this is going to set precedent how people in the same like the Coen brothers, any of those people that write and direct their own films and have almost total control, with the exception of distribution and budget. It's going to open up the door for all people who have been in that same world to do the same thing. Correct?
Well, that's really the significance of this case. This is interesting because it's Quentin Tarantino. It's a iconic movie, one of the best movies, ever made. Yeah. And it's interesting, but it's really portends the future because there are many, many, many contracts, works of art, photographs, creative compositions, you name it, that are going to enter this NFT world. And this is basically the first in what is a flood of soon to be a flood of cases.
If it stays relevant, didn't Jake Paul or Logan Paul, one of those guys, buy a big an NFT for like $800,000, and then it just ate it. Now it's worth like $4,000. I wonder how many more of those stories starts to permeate that world of NFTs before people lose trust in it. I mean, obviously there's still people making money, and it's still a conversation. Well, Tarantino wants to still make money on it. That's the only reason he's doing it, right?
I mean, he's cashing in on his movie. He's cashing in on the cachet over the 90s. Right. So, those all are at play. And certainly, he wouldn't offer it for sale in commerce if he weren't looking to make money. And that's, that's his right. And well, that's what he argues is his rights. And it's interesting because NFTs, they're the most valuable, one of the most valuable works of art auctioned was an NFT. And it's publicly available. It's just the NFT for that work of art is limited.
Yeah, I still don't get it.
Yeah, but you're going to see more and more. Now, what's interesting about this Tarantino lawsuit here is there's other issues at play. So, Miramax owns the copyrights to the characters within Pulp Fiction and owns and effectively owns the movie. And Tarantino was using illustrations of the characters in promoting this NFT auction website. And if you were paying attention, you would have noticed that Tarantino replaced the cartoon figures of John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson with something more generic and vague because he probably saw a problem for a copyright claim against him.
Man, listen, has Disney jumped into
convoluted.
Has Disney jumped into this game yet? Because you're talking about somebody sitting on an absolute fortune. Not that Disney doesn't have a problem making money, but with the collectability of the Star Wars NFTs and the Disney paraphernalia NFTs, and with Universal, Harry Potter, and all the brands that they're sitting on out there. It seems like to me, unless I'm looking at this incorrectly, that those singular items would be extremely valuable to the massive collective audience that is the Disney fan.
Well, and Disney's had experience with this in a different technological format before. It used to be that Disney, if you went to Disneyland, you could buy cells from Snow White, from that were released, or different cells from animated features that were offered for sale, and people took advantage of that. And some of those cells are worth tens
of thousands of dollars.
It depends on the cell, but yeah, that's right. And so what these companies also don't want to do is they don't want to get it wrong. They want to make sure that they capitalize on this the right way, that they reserve the rights, that they make the money that's there. And, they may be trying to, I don't know about Disney per se, but these companies are probably trying to gauge the market and determine the best way to handle this, because, big corporations like that don't make moves unless they've really, companies that are as efficiently run as Disney don't make a move unless they've thought it through very well.
Stephen Kramer with us, onefirmforlife.com. You can find him up in Altamont Springs. Going back to the Quentin Tarantino thing. So is this a thing where with Quentin Tarantino, is he suing for a negotiation, or is he suing to win? And you understand what I'm saying? I mean, maybe if he doesn't think he can win completely, if a judge won't give complete rights to it over, is there a possibility that he could enter an agreement with Miramax to do the NFTs as a partnership? I mean, is that a possibility, or is that something that Tarantino wouldn't even consider, because you're looking for a business model here where both sides cannot fight legally and spend all the money on attorney's fees and actually make something out of this, an agreement that moves forward as a business maybe?
I think what's happening here is it's really a contract dispute. That's
right.
Essentially what it is. It's a contract dispute.
It's a contract dispute with a lot of money on the line, though, Stephen. I mean, there's a lot on the line here.
That's true, but I mean, a lot of times contract disputes have large sums of money at issue. The thing that makes this contract dispute unique is a new technology that wasn't anticipated in the contract, and that's what the courts are going to have to piece together. Can the parties settle and resolve the claims without proceeding to a trial? Of course they can do it, just like any other case. They can do that. But this is the future. This is what we're going to see more of. And when you talk about a company like Disney or some of these other large companies that have valuable intellectual property, they're very protective of their intellectual property.
Really?
So that has played a role in cryptocurrency,
right?
Where you've had, I think you had some cryptocurrencies making reference to Marvel characters, right?
Yeah, I remember something like that. You remember that, Ross?
Yeah, you've had cryptocurrencies making reference to copyrighted or trademark material that have effectively been shut down, and so you may see this rear its head in that way. But they're very protective of their intellectual property, in that they don't want people that are unauthorized to use it doing so. And then beyond that, they're protective of how it affects their branding and their image, because they've worked hard to cultivate a valuable image, and they don't want that image to be distorted,
right,
or disparaged in any way.
So maybe an agreement on how it's done after the fact. Hey, one quick question before we get out of here today, Stephen. I just got it on the text, and I know that a lot of guys out there ask this question. It says, child support ends in December. Does the court know this, or what should I do? So if you're paying child support as a divorced dad and your child is about to turn 18 years old, and theoretically your child support is going to end, because it doesn't always automatically work like that, you don't just stop paying it. There's a process you have to do, right?
Yeah, it kind of depends on the individual scenario. So, if many times if you've got a lawyer that's had some foresight, they will have something written into the marital settlement agreement that kind of deals with it proactively.
Yep.
That's especially important if you've got multiple, or in the judgment. That's especially important if you've got multiple children, because if you've got more than one child, now what does that child support reduce to? If the agreement or the judgment is silent as to what that modified support would be, then the parties may have to go to court or mediation or whatever's provided for again in their agreement. Or if there's nothing provided for, they may have to go to court again to modify their child support, and then ask the court to recalculate based on the change in number of children. Because if you go to 3 to 2, it isn't necessarily clear what child support is going to be at that point, unless it's anticipated and handled ahead of time.
And it is,
and even then, that can be a little bit complicated. But normally, you've got to let the clerk know somehow, some way, and you may actually need to file some type of petition or try to resolve it with your ex.
Listen to me. If you're listening out there, whoever sent the text there, it's really important you do this. One of the great things Stephen did for me when I was going through a scenario like this with my ex is we got it on paper, we got it in writing so that the dates were understood, the new numbers were understood, there was no way to argue it, and it was all said and done. Genuinely, one of the best pieces of advice I've gotten from you is that very thing. One of the reasons I brought it up, because it doesn't automatically stop. And the next thing you know, you've missed a couple child support payments and you find out your license has been suspended. Then the nightmare begins and you think you've done everything right, but it doesn't always work like that. So that's why Stephen really comes in handy for things like that. And it's just one of the many ways he can give you great advice to save you time, money, and trouble, especially when it comes to these very sensitive family issues that can get out of control in a hurry. Brother, as always, thank you very much. And again, you can always find him at Stephen Kramer, onefirmforlife.com, handling everything from estates all the way up to divorce and things in between. He can gladly give you great advice to move you in the right direction. As always, have a great week, and we'll see you next Monday.
You guys, too.
All right, buddy, we'll see you. All right, 407-916-1041. Load them up for last call. We'll do that next.
Make us think or make it funny. Just make it good. Get on board now for Last Call on The Jim Colbert Show. 407-916-1041.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. We have cold temperatures overnight tonight. Lows will be holding on to the 40s across our viewing area. And in north central Florida, temps dipping into the 30s. Clear skies do continue as we head into your Tuesday. Afternoon highs in the low 70s and warming temperatures as we head into the end of your work week. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by the Central Florida International Auto Show.
The Central Florida International Auto Show is at the Convention Center the 3rd through the 5th. It's Florida's biggest auto show. Over 500 new vehicles to see. Take test drives right at the show. See classics, exotics, race cars, and more. Discount tickets at OrlandoAutoShow.com.
Guys, let me tell you something. When it comes to your bathroom, you want a nice one, especially this time of year when friends and family are dropping by. You don't want to be embarrassed by your terrible bathroom. Everybody understands that. But sometimes that can be difficult because you've heard so many nightmare stories about hiring contractors to replace your bathroom. Well, here's a great thing. Rebath in Mid-Florida has none of those stories. There are no nightmare stories. National company. You're going to get great service every single time you hire these guys, and they're going to do this in a great time. 4 to 6 days is all it takes. No chuck in the truck here. All custom designs. And that comes with a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. But to really understand what they do, a visit to the showroom is an absolute must. It's easy to find. 436 up in Altamont. They're right across from Kobe. Very easy to find. When you go in, you're going to see some models set up. That's just to show you what the bathrooms can look like. It's all custom bathrooms, not plug and play. No cookie cutter, one size fits all. And they're bringing brands that you've known forever. Moen, Kohler, Delta. You're talking Birch cabinetry, really well-made stuff that's going to feel great and look even better, and that can be in your house. Just hop on board at rebathmidfla.com. Check out the before and afters and just realize they can do that for you. Your home can have that beautiful bathroom. If you don't believe me, hire them. It's easy to do. Rebathmidfla.com.
The unstoppable spirit lives inside all of us. As a financial coach at Operation Hope, Trudy Morrison empowers people to overcome economic challenges and bring their dreams to life. Her mission is to inspire the unstoppable spirit in everyone, and our mission at First Horizon is to invest in Trudy and organizations like hers to create a better future for all. Visit firsthorizon.com/unstoppable to learn how unstoppable starts here.
Do you know something that may threaten your safety or the safety of others?
You have the superpower to make a difference simply by giving a tip.
An anonymous tip to Crime Line.
See it, say it here. Use your superpower.
Crimeline.org.
PD by CSTF.
My Way from Giorgio Armani. This sparkling, floral, woody fragrance, consciously sourced ingredients from around the world in sustainable, refillable packaging. The union of citrus, tuberose, vanilla, and warm wood. Unbox the most desired gifts this holiday season with My Way from Giorgio Armani. For the woman who wants to live life her way.
Sip and save at Circle K with our new drink subscription. Enjoy one coffee or fountain drink every day for only $5.99 a month. Sign up in-store or at CircleK.com. Circle K. Take it easy.
More than 1 in 3 people will face cancer in their lifetime. Unfortunately, fear can stop you from getting your cancer screening, but it won't stop cancer. Early detection can save your life. Don't wait for symptoms to appear to act. Cancer screening is safe, effective, and accessible for everyone, including free or low-cost screening programs. Go to cancerscreeninfo.com right now for free screening resources and recommendations from the American Cancer Society. Don't wait. Early detection can save your life. Go to cancerscreeninfo.com today. cancerscreeninfo.com.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
New school, new job, new home. Change is hard and can leave you feeling isolated. And divorce delivers one of life's hardest blows. The relationships you counted on are suddenly gone. But you don't have to walk through this alone. Call Cordell & Cordell. You're not alone.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
When you're born and brought up in this community, the achievements of one are the achievements of all. Solis Health Plans is now a 4-star rated Medicare Advantage plan, securing a bright future for this health plan from its inception. Thank you for the trust and for the support of choosing a local plan, made and managed by your neighbors. Thanks to you, Solis Health Plans is the only local first-year rated plan to earn 4 stars. Know that with Solis, we keep going. At Solis, we strive for more. Call now, 1-833-33-SOLIS, 1-833-33-SOLIS, and join a health plan that is deeply grateful. Solis Health Plans, your local new 4-star plan. 1-833-33-SOLIS, 1-833-33-SOLIS.
What's all the buzz about nasal irrigation and Navage? And should I try it? Here's the science. Airborne germs invade through your nose. It's the body's air filter for trapping allergens and viruses. When your nose gets clogged, it's less effective and germs multiply. Eventually, your immune system can get overwhelmed and you get sick. Nasal irrigation is an effective, all-natural way to clean your nose. It's not a drug, it's more like plumbing. Saline goes in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out mucus and germs. I'm Martin Hoke, and I invented Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. It's the world's only nose cleaner with powered suction. Navage pulls out the bad stuff so you can breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier. At Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, Bed Bath, and Walmart. Or go to Navage.com for a free gift with purchase. Over 2 million sold. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Make the most of your investments. Certified Financial Group. Call pound 250 keyword certified planner.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show. Already in progress.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. You have to wait to bust it. Snow. We got a show to do here, buddy.
You just call me Snow?
Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. 407-916-1041. 3 lines open for last call. Just 3. Grab them now. Jack, I know that your buddies over at Solar Source gave you a big hand this weekend.
Oh, yeah. With the cooler weather, I had, before I got solar panels for my electric, I had a solar water heater. Right? So it's a panel and your water runs through it and you heat your water in your home that way. However, at nights and on cold days, you have an electric filament background. I've had this thing for 14 years.
Whoa.
And, well, when it's sunny, you don't notice because that water in there is as hot as you need.
Right, yeah.
But then sometimes after, if the sun's not around, you're like, hey, the water's not getting as hot. They came out, checked it out, and the element itself just needed replacing. Yep. But they tested it, and they could tell by how it interacts with the water in the tank and the temperature. It was just
incredible.
I mean, the guy was there, knew his stuff, and totally got me set up so I know whether it's nighttime or cloudy days and rainy days, I have hot water all the time.
Right on.
Thanks, Solar Source.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate that.
And Matt.
407-916. Matt's killing it. All right, 2 lines open for last call, just 2. Deb, who do we have to thank today?
We want to thank Brandon Kravitz and Orlando attorney Stephen Kramer, onefirmforlife.com.
Got bitched out a little bit today because we did not mention during sports that the great African-American golfer Lee Elder passed away.
First black player to play at the Masters and died at 87.
Yeah, 87. He was also a big mentor of Tiger Woods, and Charlie Sifford, I think, was in that group as well. And one of the only guys that played cross-handed on the PGA Tour with a full swing.
What does that mean?
That means as a right-handed golfer, your left hand is low and your right hand is high on the club. It's the other way around usually. They call that cross-handed. A lot of guys will putt that way, but to take a full swing that way is ridiculous.
We should scrap the whole segment.
Yeah.
You make one listener mad for that. Another you don't mention the Tampa Bay Bucks. Not enough.
Same guy.
Oh.
All right, which is very angry today, I guess. All right, two lines still open for last call. That's 407-916-1041. Ross, standing up this week, any?
No, in fact, my show got canceled. It was on I was out in St. Augustine. No stand up this month.
No stand up this month.
Wow.
Huh? Yeah, no, nothing that I feel confident that I want people to come out to.
We didn't get to talk about your Daytona show, the rooftop show, because you left right after that. How'd it go?
I did 50 minutes, and I think I told 3 jokes. It was just riffing.
Just riffing?
Riffing.
That's still good, right?
Oh, it worked. Okay. Everything went great. It was one of the better shows. If you went out to that Daytona show, just know that that's a fond memory.
We had somebody call up and say something, or text and say something about asking you about somebody that was at that show.
Pablo.
Yeah. You don't want to talk about Pablo.
I don't want to talk about Pablo.
Yeah, I mean,
Let's
he looked
Pablo out of it.
He looked like a wet bag of cigarettes.
Tell Jimmy talks too much.
Hey, Big T, last call.
Okay, so I couldn't call in earlier, but I wanted to give a giant thanks to my late third grade teacher, Mrs. Cheney, because she taught this important lesson to me that even when you do everything right and you don't need the little pat on the head or the accommodations every time, but when you do get it, it feels good.
Yeah, be thankful for that, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Big T. Party Mom, last call.
So what do Santa and Mrs. Claus have no children?
Why do Santa and Mrs. Claus have no children? I do not know.
Because he only comes once a year.
Okay. Beth.
Damn.
Nailed it, Beth.
I don't know if I can follow that, but Southerners know everybody's first names. It's Honey, Darling, and Sugar.
That's right.
Hey.
And the occasional daddy-o.
Yep, you got that.
Hey, did you have a good Thanksgiving, Beth?
Yeah, I did. I had a real good day.
What'd you do?
And then I I ate, and then I watched Yellowstone for the next 4 days.
You love that Yellowstone.
She binged.
Y'all are not into Yellowstone?
No, there is a show I'm into that has yellow in it. If you're not watching Yellow Jackets, you are dumb. Yellow Jackets is a crazy show, and it's just getting fired up.
Or you don't have Showtime.
It's one of those two.
That's right.
Thanks,
There
Beth, I
you go,
appreciate it.
Beth.
She's like,
Hi.
that's right, you son of a bitch.
Damn.
We all ain't
Not
got that
everybody's got that Jim Colbert radio money.
That Showtime money.
And also, hey, Jimmy, check out the blog. As we know, there is the link to the Jim Colbert Show seasoning rubs. You can order them through the website. Also, Ross threw up a video. Jacksonville Jaguars mascot, I think it's Jackson DeVille, is the mascot.
Yeah.
Had a little problem doing his bungee jump.
I saw that. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's up there at JimColbertLive.com.
That made news everywhere. Check it out, JimColbertLive.com. Order the spices. Check out all the content for sure. And tomorrow we have What You Do That's New coming up, plus your calls and texts and fun stuff to talk about. On behalf of Deb, Jack, and Ross, I am Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the monsters in the morning. After us, it's Tom and Dan with the Corporate Time and our friends from Real Laughs. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have a wonderful evening.
Happy Monday.
Shots at the charade.